fires off on 1-2. That one hit left center field. Chasing it down. Diving grab, makes the catch. Delivery. Ismael Pena drives that one in the air to right field. Looking up and into the darkness, and it's gone! Pena jacks one out of here. A walk-off home run, and we can all go home. Good afternoon and good evening. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Welland Stadium here at the Welland Sports Complex. It's Game 5 of the quarterfinals in the IBL playoffs. The Welland Jackfish lead the London Majors by a score of 3-1, and the Majors look to keep their season alive. It's going to be a tough one today. They're facing off against the Jackfish, who, as mentioned, have a 3-1 lead in the series. Every game from here on out is a do-or-die game for the Majors, and every game is the most important one of the season. They're just finishing up down on field level with the introduction of the Jackfish lineup. We'll get to that momentarily as well as the London Majors lineup. They'll be sending Miguel Burgos to the mound to try and get them a win here in Game 5 in what is sure to be an exciting game. The Jackfish will look to move on to the second round of the playoffs. The Majors looking to keep their season alive. It's going to be a great game. We'll send it down to field level. Field address announcer Rod Mahood as we get set for the national anthems here on this Tuesday night in Welland.
Able to, and please remove your hats and welcome Miss Julia D'Amico to perform the Canadian national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Once again, Miss Julia D'Amico.
So the anthem's complete here on Tuesday night in Welland at Welland Stadium, and we are just about set ready for baseball. Let's get First on the mound, it's going to be Matt Klingersmith, who first pitched in this series back in Game 2. You see it there on your screen. He went 8 innings pitched, gave up 10 hits, but just 3 earned runs, walked 1, and struck out 3. He got the win in that game. He's going to be looking to do the same here to send the Jackfish on to the second round. The guy on the mound for the Majors pitched last in Game 3, so not a whole lot of rest for Miguel Burgos. He pitched 7 1/3 innings on Friday night at Labatt Park. Gave up just 4 hits and 2 earned runs. Of course, those runs, though, for him coming across when he was already pulled from the game, given up by the reliever, John Fitzsimmons. He just walked 4 and struck out 6. He's going to look to try and keep the Majors season alive against a tough Welland Jackfish team. So that is the starting pitchers for tonight's game. Let's take out the starting lineups for the London Majors. Myles Miller will lead things off. He's going to be playing center field. He's the highlighted player today. He's batting over 600 in this series. He's been hitting the ball well for London, and is going to have to be important here to get on base to start things off in this ballgame. Yuki Yasuda is behind him at second base. Ismail Pena, Cleveland Brownlee in the 3 and 4 spots, of course. And then Josh Williams, who had a big home run the other day, is going to be hitting fifth, playing first base. Mike Ambrose homered as well. He's sixth and catching. Carlos Ortega. Robert Doyle's into the lineup today. He's slotting in left field. And Steve Froese is playing third base. Reminder, Byron Reichstein still out with an injury. Miguel Burgos on the mound for London. That is the lineup the Majors will be sending out to the field today as the throw is down, and we are just about set and ready to go here on a gorgeous Tuesday night. You know, it's not too hot here in Welland. It's a pretty good temperature, and hopefully we can keep that as the game moves on. Myles Miller is in to lead things off here, so the game is set and ready to go as Myles Miller will lead things off for London. We mentioned how hot he has been so far in this series to start off the postseason, and he's going to look to continue that here against Matt Klingersmith on the mound. Klingersmith's second start of the postseason. Pitched well for the Jackfish all season long. Miller gets underneath one, high in the air to right field. Dadson's underneath it. And the first pitch of the game will be the first out, as that one off the bat of Myles Miller will get things started here. One quick out on the board for Klingersmith on the mound will bring up to the plate Yuki Yasuda. Miller went right after the first pitch. A lot of times you're going to want to see your leadoff man in the order, top of the order, take a lot of pitches, try to get used to the pitcher, try to see what he has. Miller went right after that one, got underneath it, and that's how the ball game starts. That one is outside, so the count will move to 1-0 here on Yasuda. Lights on here at Welland Stadium. The pitch, that one's across for a strike. The count will move to 1-1 now. Yasuda, the native of Japan, coming over to this Majors team, has been instrumental playing up the middle on second base as well as hitting in the top of the order. This one's hit down the right field line. Dadson's going to give it a run down the line. He makes the catch right on the line. An impressive run there for Brennan Dadson in right field. He makes the grab, and it's two quick outs here to start the top half of the first for Matt Klingersmith. They'll bring up Izzy Pena to the plate, and Pena had a home run here in the regular season. The last game that the Majors played against Welland in the regular season. Hit that one to right field. Facing off against Matt Klingersmith here, who he has faced so far this season. Of course, facing him off against in game number 2 of the series here at Welland Stadium. Klingersmith into his windup. Delivery to the plate. That one's inside to Pena. And the count moves to 1-0. On deck for the Majors, their designated hitter in Cleveland Brownlee. Klingersmith back into his delivery. Here he is to the plate. That one will catch the outer edge. Moves the count to 1-1. Better crowd here in Welland on this Tuesday night as compared to game 1, of course, that a rainy night. This one a little bit better in terms of the weather. A little bit of cloud cover as Pena steps out. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Brownlee on deck, as mentioned, hitting the designated hitter today for the Majors, as he has been all season long. Pitch as Pena fouls that one off. It'll get out of play. Down onto the grass berm down the third base sign. It's going to be 1 ball and 2 strike count. And the Jackfish fans coming out to support their team in hopes that they can move on to the second round of the playoffs. This their first season in franchise history, moving over from Burlington. Pitch, Pena hits that one on the ground. Second base, Okawa. The throw over to 1 will be in time, so it's a quick inning here in the top of the first as Klingersmith gets through the top 3 in this Majors order. 1, 2, 3, and we will go to the bottom half of the first inning. Jackfish Majors tied at 0. You're watching London Majors baseball here on Majors TV.
Pleased to announce that the Welland
Well, welcome back to Game 5 here from Welland Stadium. The Majors and the Jackfish tied at 0 as we move along to the bottom half of the first inning. It was a quick top half of the first for the London Majors at the bats. 3 up, 3 down on a fly ball, and then a couple of ground outs as well. Pardon me, a couple fly outs and a ground out, but that's 3 up, 3 down for the Jackfish and Matt Klingersmith as they will head to the plate now to take their swings to lead things off here in the bottom of the first inning. To lead things off, it'll be Wilson Soriano.
Shortstop number 1, Wilson Soriano.
Soriano's been huge for this Welland Jackfish team along the season and really into the playoffs as well. He'll look to continue that here for this Jackfish team, trying to move on in the playoffs. Facing off against Miguel Burgos, who he saw back on Friday night in London. We mentioned it's been a short rest here for Burgos, making starts. This one there for a strike, so he gets right on the board with a strike. It's 0-1. Burgos, the lefty, one of the import players here for this Majors team, comes to the plate. Soriano's going to get this one right back up the middle, and he's going to lead off the bottom of the first inning with a leadoff single here for the Jackfish. We mentioned how important he has been for this Jackfish team, and he continues it here. Another single to lead off the bottom of the first inning. One of the most important things for this Majors team has been to try and shut down Soriano's run game. He is aggressive on the pace pass, so we'll see if they can do that here. Stepping up to the plate now, Brennan Dadson for the Jackfish. Another one of those players who's been pretty big. He sits in the 2-hole there, playing right field today. Burgos checks on Soriano, comes to the plate. Dadson will foul it off. Checked his swing on that one. It goes to 0-1. Couple fans racing after that one here. We mentioned a good night for ball here at Welland Stadium. A good crowd on hand as well. Burgos deliveries to the plate. That one's outside as Ambrose pops out of his glove a little bit. 1-1. Soriano's lead at first, not a huge one, but he's very aggressive on the base pass. Loves to steal as many bags as possible, put himself in scoring position. Burgos to the plate, fouled off as that one's off the roof. And the count will move to a ball and 2 strikes now. We haven't seen Soriano on the first 3 pitches make any sort of indication that he might be heading off to second base. We'll wait and see if that changes. Burgos his check, and he's going to move over to 1. Check on Soriano, who's back easily standing up. Not a tough pick move. And it looks like we're ready to go here again on 1 and 2. Miguel Burgos into his delivery now. Soriano's not going. This one hit on the ground. Yasuda's got a chance. Flip to 2 in time. Ortega's not going to have a chance at 1, but they will pick up the force out at second base to pick up the first out. A fielder's choice for Dadson. Soriano's retired at second. So that's how the Majors will get their first out in the bottom half of the first inning. And that'll bring up Mattingly Romanin, who's the catcher today for Welland. He's been the catcher all series long. He's got a runner on first, represented by Dadson, and 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. We'll keep an eye on Romanin here. He's not exactly a slow catcher as well, but they could double him up if they get a ground ball up the middle. That one's an off-speed pitch from Burgos. It starts things off here, 0-1. A fantastic job by Burgos working ahead in the count. He's been great at that all year long. Dadson's lead shorter than Soriano's was at first base. He's no more than 5 feet off first. Williams holding him on, and Burgos checks before he delivers to the plate. That's up high. Ambrose had to make a nice catch there, and it moves to 1-1. Jackfish already into the hit column here, although had that hit was erased on the fielder's choice when Dadson grounded one to Yasuda. That's how the Majors grabbed their first out. It's a 1-1 count. Burgos checks, and they make the move over. Dadson's back in sliding. The Jackfish faithful out here trying to get their team pumped up to get on the board first here in Game 5. Burgos working from the third base side of the rubber. He'll make a move over now. This one a little bit quicker to try and get Dadson. But Dadson was back in, standing up there. The count moves to 1-1. Stays at 1-1, pardon me. Yasuda and Ortega playing up the middle to try and turn the double play. Pitch. This one's low. Looked like he went with the off-speed pitch there. A good take at the plate by Romanin. The count moves to 2-1. A couple of other games going on around the IBL today. Barry's got a chance to eliminate Brantford. This one's going to drop in if it stays fair. It will. Just about a foot to the left of the line. It's into right field. Pena's going to have to get it in quick, but they're going to hold Dadson at third. And it's going to be a double there for Romanin, although not hardly hit. And the Jackfish are in business here to start the bottom of the first inning.
First baseman number 23, Bryce O'Farrell.
So now Bryce O'Farrell will come to the plate. And O'Farrell's over at first base today for the Jackfish defensively. Of course, he's been hitting in the 4-hole for majority of this series as he slotted in there today. Now the majors will bring the infield in, which is something we haven't seen them do a whole lot, especially this early in the ball game here, but they know how important the Game 5 first lead is. So Burgos will have to now try and induce a ground ball. Pitch to the plate. That one's going to miss inside. Count is 1-0 now. We mentioned Majors pitcher Miguel Burgos working on short rest today. Might not be a full start for him either way. This one hit on the ground right at Ortega. The infield in will pay that one over to 1. So exactly how manager Group Chanderdat drew it out there, and that's how the Majors will get their second out here at the bottom of the first inning. With that, the infield can move back to their regular positions, and they'll bring up Vaughn Bryant. And Vaughn Bryant now for the Jackfish. He's their left fielder, and he's been swinging a hot bat for this Jackfish team here against the Majors. He'll face off against Burgos. We're talking to Spencer Tangay, the voice of the Jackfish, before the game today. We mentioned Vaughn Bryant, who really just had a mediocre season here for the Jackfish, but it doesn't seem so if you're a London Majors fan. He has 3 home runs this season, all 3 of those coming against the Majors, and 2 of those being in the postseason the past 2 games. 0-1 delivery. This one will be low. Ambrose blocks up. And they thought about going home there, but luckily for Mike Ambrose, it didn't get too far away from him when the ball was in his feet. The count moves to 1-1. It will stay there as Vaughn Bryant gets set to face off against Burgos here on an even count. Romanin remains on second with Dadson on third. Burgos checks on him and comes to the plate here. This one's going to get right through Mike Ambrose. Jogging in on home is the first run of the ball game, represented there by Brendan Dadson, and the Jackfish will take an early 1-0 lead. We'll wait and see what the official ruling is on that one, but the pitch was low. It skipped right in front of the plate and then right through the legs of Mike Ambrose. Looked like he was expecting a hop and it didn't come. Stayed right down and got right to the backstop there. The Jackfish claimed the first run of the ball game. Burgos to the plate. That one swung on, fouled off by Bryan. So after the ball to the backstop, Burgos works his way back into it now, 2-2. A chance to try and get out of this inning with just the 1 run across, which is exactly how he'd like it. Keep it where it is, the 2-2. This one just off the plate there. A good eye there for Vaughn Bryant. And now the count will move to full here with the DeAndre Asbury. He's standing on deck for the Jackfish. Burgos has first base open. This one will get past Ambrose as well to the backstop. In jogs in Roman, and the Jackfish have struck for a couple runs here in the bottom of the first, as now Von Bryant will head over to first on the walk. So not exactly how the Jackfish drew up getting the first 2 runs of the ball game, but it still will count, as DeAndre Asbury Heath will now come to the plate. Still 2 outs in the inning. The Jackfish have put across 2 runs on just 1 hit. Or pardon me, 2 hits in the inning. One of those being erased as Soriano was thrown out on a fielder's choice, but Dadson's hit. And then that is it here. 2 hits, 2 runs, but neither of those hits scoring run. That one's inside to Asbury Heath. The count that moves to 1-0 here. Miguel Burgos not the start he was hoping for. 2 runs already across. That one's there for a strike. He throws that one across as it catches the outer edge. We'll check on Bryan at first. He's being held on by Williams. Burgos will come to the plate instead. It's in the dirt. Ambrose lost it in his feet momentarily, just enough for Von Bryant to move up to second base. And so for a number of times in the inning already, we've seen Burgos miss low in the zone, resulting in, 2 runs scored, and now Von Bryant moving up into scoring position here with 2 outs. Checks that one just inside to Asbury Heath. So the count moves to 3-1 here on the Jackfish center fielder. Right behind him, Grant Okawa, the second baseman. He awaits on deck to see if he gets a chance to swing the bat here in the bottom of the first inning. 2 runs already across for the Jackfish. Burgos from the side here. This one hit left field. Watching on the track, and that one will go. DeAndre Asbury Heath hits one out to left field, just to the left of the scoreboard. Only watching it out in left was Robert Doyle. And it's a 4-run first inning already here for the Welland Jackfish. So Grant Okawa will come to the plate here. So Grant Okawa will step in and get ready to swing the bat here. 4 runs coming across here in the bottom of the first inning for the Jackfish.
Second baseman number 3, Grant Okawa.
Miguel Burgos is ready to go on the mound here. He's clearly upset with the way this inning has started for him. That one is right there for a strike. 0-1 here for Burgos. Gets ahead early here, 4-0. The Jackfish lead in the bottom of the first inning. This one's up high to Okawa, who will take it and even the count up at 1-1. The Majors now have action in their bullpen. Righty Owen Boone is getting loose. That one will miss for Burgos. 2-1. Boone, the starter in Game 2 here at Welland Stadium. And he's warming up now. We thought we might have seen him warm up as this one's fouled off. Okay, I'll move to 2-2. We thought we saw him warming up Sunday afternoon back in London for Game 4. Well, they elected to go with John Fitzsimmons out of the bullpen instead. So we'll now see likely Boone out of the bullpen first here today. Burgos, delivery, off speeds up high. A full count now on Grant Okawa. Nolan Pettipies stands on deck here for the Jackfish, as they try to have a big first inning. They already have accomplished that. They try to add on to it. This one hit high in the air. Steve Froese is over into foul territory, running it down into the bullpen, makes the grab. So a pop-out will end the inning here, but not before the Welland Jackfish strike first and gain a 4-0 lead here in Game 5. We'll see if the Majors elect to go back with Burgos or if Owen Boone will get into the game. You're watching London Majors Baseball here on Majors TV. Are you looking for that perfect birthday gift this summer? Then make sure you visit the London Majors team store located under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. The Majors store has lots of different items including t-shirts, game-used jerseys, hoodies, and Collins Majors socks, compliments of Collins clothiers. The Majors store also has multiple different styles of London Majors official New Era caps. So make sure you visit us under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. Well, welcome back, Majors fans. We move along to the top half of the second inning here with the Majors setting Cleveland Brownlee as well as Josh Williams, Mike Ambrose to the plate to lead things off here to try to get some of those runs back against Matt Klinger-Smith and the Welland Jackfish, who have put 4 runs across in the bottom half of the first inning and lead this game by a score of 4-0. So we'll see if the Majors can make a dent in it. Of course, it just being early on in the ball game, 4 runs. They can get it back. We've seen them do it before, but exactly the way the Welland Jackfish wanted to start the game. Cleveland Brownlee will now come to the plate here for the Majors. The designated hitter will try to lead things off against Matt Klinger-Smith.
Designated hitter, number 35, Cleveland Brownlee.
You see Cleveland's stats for the regular season there on the bottom of your screen. Facing off against the Welland Jackfish here. He had a pair of home runs in a game against them to end the season. Jackfish faithful now getting behind their team as they head out on defense. Brownlee hits this one on the ground. Tough play at third. Pettipiece, strong throw across the diamond is in time to get Brownlee. So the second straight inning that the Majors have started by a ground out. Or pardon me, an out on the first pitch. The first one a fly out. This one a ground out. And that'll bring up Josh Williams to the plate here. He had a home run in game number 4 of the series. That one the opposite way. And now the Majors are going to ask him to try to be a little bit of a rally starter here in game number 5, at least here in the second inning. Klinger-Smith is working well for the Jackfish so far, being efficient. Pitch to the plate. That one's going to be fouled off out onto the grass berm as well, as Williams finds himself already in an 0-1 hole. We saw Owen Boone get up in the Majors bullpen in the bottom half of the first inning. Looks like he's sat down for now, so Herb Channerdat will likely try to get at least another inning or 2 out of Miguel Burgos, I would imagine, if he can settle down a bit. Count 0-2 now on Josh Williams after he fouled that one off. On deck stands Mike Ambrose. Klinger-Smith into his windup here. 0-2 pitch. This one hit on the ground. Soriano at short takes it on 2 hops. The throw across in time as O'Farrell makes the grab at first, and it's another quick 2 outs here to start the top half of the second inning for the Jackfish.
Catcher, number 32, Mike Ambrose.
So we'll see Mike Ambrose come to the plate now. Him as well as Williams both had home runs. Game 4. And he'll look to try and find his way on base here. Maybe try to find a ball in the gap. Ambrose, the catcher, in the ball game today, as he has been all series long. Klinger-Smith for the Jackfish has been working well so far. Trying to have a second clean inning in a row. Here's his pitch. That one catches the outer edge. A strike there, so the count moves to 0-1 here on Ambrose. Sun setting here in Welland as the lights are on at Welland Stadium. Ambrose squares around a bunt. This one down the third base line. It'll go foul. Trying to find a way on any way he can is Mike Ambrose. Notice that the third baseman in Nolan Pettipies was playing back almost to the edge of the back grass, I should say, almost on the far edge of the infield there. And Ambrose decided to lay down to the bunt. Went foul, and the count moves to 0-2. Klinger Smith ready on the mound here to face off against Ambrose. He's got an 0-2 count, looking to have another 3-up, 3-down inning. Pitch to the plate, off speed. Ambrose hits this one. Not overly deep into left field. A couple steps back is Vaughn Bryan. He makes the grab. And so another 1, 2, 3 inning here for the Jackfish and Matt Klinger Smith on the mound. And that'll do it for the top half of the second inning. We'll go to the bottom half of 2 here on Majors TV. The Jackfish leading by a score of 4-0. Welcome back to Majors TV coverage here of Game 5 of the first round of the Intercounty Baseball League playoffs. The Welland Jackfish are out in front early here as we move along to the bottom half of the second inning on the London Majors by a score of 4-0. 4 runs in the bottom half of the first inning for them. Miguel Burgos is back out to the mound for the Majors to start the second inning, so we'll see if he can calm down, have a little bit of a better inning here as well. One other game going on in the Intercounty Baseball League tonight. The Barrie Baycats visit the Brantford Red Sox. That game just about to get started, an 8 o'clock start. And the Barrie Baycats looking to eliminate the Brantford Red Sox. That series a 1-8, so no one totally expecting Brantford to win that series, but we'll see if the Barrie Baycats can pull off the sweep. First pitch, bunted. Burgos on the mound, comes up with a quick throw over to one, is a laser in time. A beautiful throw there by Burgos, gets himself the first out of the bottom of the second inning. A great job there. Wasn't quite expecting the bunt there, but it is a great start to the inning for Miguel Burgos, who has the first out relatively quickly here to start the bottom of 2.
Designated hitter number 6, Nate Mastervik.
So Nate Mastervik comes to the plate here. Mastervik slotted in at the designated hitter position. No word on why Mercier is out of the lineup tonight. This one is there for a strike. So Burgos works ahead, 0-1. He's been working ahead in the counts. That hasn't really been the problem for him in the first inning. That one's outside. It moves to 1-1. A couple of balls that got past Mike Ambrose to the backstop scored a run, and then, of course, the long home run from DeAndre Asbury Heath, giving the Jackfish their 4-0 lead. That one will catch the outer edge. Mastervik taking all the way there. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Burgos continues to work fairly quickly on the mound as well. 1-2. Outside. So the count evens itself up here. Mastervik facing off against the lefty and Burgos, a lefty-lefty matchup. The 2-2 delivery. This one's fouled off as it's back to the screen. Count will go to 2-2 now. Pardon me. The night moving along here in Welland as the lights are on, sun setting behind us in the broadcast booth. Burgos into his windup here on the 2-2 pitch. This one, called strike 3, outer edge. Mastrovic knew it right away, and it's going to be the second out here of the bottom of the second inning. A beautiful off-speed pitch there from Miguel Burgos.
Top of the order, your shortstop, number 1, Wilson Soriano.
So now Wilson Soriano will come to the plate here for the Jackfish. He led off the bottom of the first inning with a base hit, but then he was thrown out at second base on a fielder's choice. Up back the middle as Yuki Yasuda and Carlos Ortega teamed up for the putout. Off-speed pitch starts the at-bat to Soriano. It's 0-1. Burgos looking a lot more comfortable and a lot more confident on our mound here in the bottom half of 2 as compared to the bottom half of the first inning. This one outside. Looks as well like he's got a pace on the mound that he's working with, and it appears to be working well for him. Burgos delivers. This one hit on the ground. Up the middle, it's past Yasuda. Soriano continues to beat up on this London Major pitching staff as that one's into center field. And he finds his second hit in as many innings to lead off the bottom half of the second inning.
Brendan Datson.
So Soriano on first, and now Brendan Datson will get to swing the bat as well for the second time in as many innings. Mentioned the fielder's choice he had his last time up. Pitch. That one's going to be in the dirt. Soriano's off to 2. Strong throw from Ambrose. Tag from Yasuda is going to miss. So Soriano with a heads-up base running decision to go to 2 will pay off. And he's into second base in scoring position as well, and the ball in the dirt that Ambrose had to block up. And we will now see Datson get a chance with a runner in scoring position. Pitch to the plate. That one's blocked up as well. So the count will move to 2-0 here. As soon as runners get on base, it appears that Burgos is losing a little bit of his command. The look here. Burgos will come to the plate. This one in the dirt as well. It's a busy night for Ambrose as he has to block up. On a count that will move to now 3 balls and no strikes. Burgos checks on the runner at 2 and Soriano comes to the plate here. This one is a fastball, and it's right there for a strike. 3-1. Froese playing just behind even with the bag at third. Big hole between second, and that one's going to go right into the hole, and it's going to go into the gap. Into right field, and it rolls past Pena and right. Dadson's into 2, and a run is across the score here for the Jackfish, so a little bit of 2-out magic from the top of the order. Plates the 5th run of the ball game here for Welland. And with that, we'll get a mound visit from pitching coach Brent Wales as he'll come out to the mound now to chat with Miguel Burgos. Back up and warming in the bullpen now for some time has been Owen Boone, who we saw get up in the bottom half of the first inning. But as soon as Soriano had that 2-out base hit, we saw the Majors look down to the bullpen, and then that double. I believe it will probably be ruled a double, but it could have easily been ruled a single and an error as well as it rolled past into right field. Pena's out there on right today.
Your catcher, number 8, Mattingly Romanen.
So now Mattingly Romanen will come to the plate here for the Jackfish. He'll look to see if he can tack on another run as Dadson's into scoring position. This one inside, and it will miss for a ball 1-0. Or Manning found his way on base as well. His last time up. Hit that one down the right field line. Now this one's hit into right field. It's going to be a long run for Pena towards the line, and it's going to be made over near the right field foul line. So the catch is made there for Pena. That's the third out here in the bottom of the second inning, but the Welland Jackfish will tack on another run here and lead this game by a score to 5-0. We'll move along to the third here in Welland. The Jackfish lead the Majors 5-0 on Majors TV.
Chances are, if you've been out to a London Majors game this season, then you've noticed all the advertisements around the field. If you're wondering how you can get your business involved, then reach out to us and we can put you in touch with Angela at angela@londonmajors.com. We can help you find innovative ways to help your business grow with the London Majors.
Well, welcome back to Majors TV coverage here of London Majors baseball. It is the top of the third inning here as we move along on this Game 5 Tuesday night action. The London Majors starter Miguel Burgos not having a fantastic start here. 5 runs across in the first 2 innings. He's been struggling to find the strike zone a few times, but looking to bounce back here. A little bit better of an inning in the bottom of 2. Just one run across for the Jackfish, who lead this game by a score of 5-0. The Majors now will come to bat here in the top of 3. The London Major right-hander Owen Boone continues to warm up in the Majors bullpen down the right field line. We might see him come into the game here. We'll see if Burgos will get another inning of work. But first, the Majors will have to focus on offense and trying to work their way back into this game, trailing by a score of 5-0. For the Majors, they'll send Carlos Arteaga to lead things off here, the shortstop.
Sports Supplies, the official netting provider of the Welland Jackfish. Visit the location at 2255 Highway 20 in Welland for all your sports turf and netting needs.
So here is Arteaga to lead things off here.
For the Majors, shortstop number 97, Carlos Arteaga.
Arteaga wearing that 97 gray uniform here for the Majors to lead things off. In the right-hand batter's box, facing off against Matt Klingersmith, who's had a good start to the game so far. 2 clean innings. Pitch from Klingersmith is going to be missing low. The count will move to 1-0 here on Carlos, who is looking to try and start the inning. One of the bonuses of having a man like Carlos, who is sometimes a leadoff hitter, hitting a little bit lower in the order, is that he can lead off innings. That one's across for a strike, 1-1. Behind him, Robert Doyle, who's slotted into the game today in left field. Pitch from Klingersmith. Arteaga hits that one on the ground. Second base, Okawa. Funny hop, and Arteaga's going to reach first there. Was going to be a tough play either way. We'll see what the official score will be, but nonetheless, Arteaga's going to be on here to lead off the top half of the third inning for the Majors.
Left fielder number 30, Robert Doyle.
And important for the Majors to get that leadoff man on. Even more important when you're down 5-0 in the game. So Doyle slots in here and gets his swings in the top of the third inning. Klingersmith checks and then comes to the plate here. His first pitch from the stretch is there for a strike, 0-1. Doyle wearing that number 30 uniform, swinging from the left side. The pitch as Klinger-Smith checks on Ortega, and he's going to make the move over to Ortega. He's back in safely sliding. Official score gives Ortega a hit on that play. So the Majors do break into the hit column. Klinger-Smith checks again. Another move over. Back in sliding is Carlos. So we'll await the 0-1 delivery for the second straight time. But Doyle, who's seen just one pitch so far, is now watch Klinger-Smith throw over and check on Carlos Ortega a number of times. He now takes a little bit bigger of a lead. He's not off. Squares around a bunt. Doyle puts one down in a good location. Nice play. The throw is going to go wide and all the way down into the Majors bullpen. Doyle will go to 2. They're going to wave home Ortega. Strong throw from right field is high. Throw back to 2. Doyle's going to be back in safely, though, when the Majors will push across a run here on a ball that went no further than 10 feet in front of the plate. Will certainly be ruled an error there, as behind the plate Romanin picked up the bunt and knew that he had to rush the throw if he had a shot at getting Robert Doyle coming down the line. He sailed the throw over into right field. It went down into the Majors bullpen here, which is down the right field line. Kind of got lodged in there with the batting practice cage there, which kind of sits down in the Majors bullpen. Nonetheless, the Majors will be on the board here. And with nobody out, Doyle's still on second base here, so in a good position to try and get some runs back. So great job by Doyle, and now Steve Froese will slot in to get a chance to swing the bat here. Froese playing third base today for London. Klinger-Smith will check on Doyle at 2. He's not being held on. Pitch is Froese now. Squares around to bunt, but that pitch is inside. Looked like if he didn't get out of the way, that pitch was going to hit him for sure. The count will move to 1-0. We welcome you wherever you are watching from tonight. Game 5 of the Intercounty Baseball League's first round of the playoffs. Jackfish lead by the score of 3-1. This one hit on the ground. Soriano's going to have to come up with a strong throw over to 1. He does in time. A fantastic play for Wilson Soriano will record the first out here of the top of the third inning. On a ball that I didn't think that he was going to have much of a play on. He moved over, made the strong throw, and now it's back to the top of the order here for the Majors. Myles Miller, who swung at the first pitch he saw to lead off the ball game and flew out to right field, will now swing with Doyle on second base. Miller, the highlighted player in today's game, has had a fantastic season, came into this game heading over 600 in this series. That one is there. The count will move to 0-1. You see his stats in the regular season since joining the Majors a little bit late this year. There at the bottom of your screen. Klinger-Smith will check once again on Doyle, who's not being held on by Soriano. Off-speed pitch, Miller swings right through that one. A big looping curveball, and the count will move to 0-2. Majors already striking for a run here in the top half of the third inning, their first run of the game, cutting the deficit to 4. Now Klinger-Smith will step off the mound there. Not on the same page as Romanin, as they want to make sure they're getting the right pitch here on 0-2. On deck for the Majors stands Yuki Yasuda. Once again, the check on Doyle at 2. Klinger-Smith now to the plate. This one hit on the ground, past Pettipiece. Soriano's strong throw to 1 will not be in time to get the speedy Miller. Doyle was unable to move up to third base, though, as he had to wait and see if Soriano was going to throw the ball. And that'll put runners at first and second for Yuki Yasuda with just one out here in the inning. Yasuda, his first time up, also a fly out to right field. And now he's got one out with a pair of runners on here to see if he can find his way on base. Or a base hit for the Majors. Majors try to cut into this deficit here in Game 5. Pitch from Clingersmith. Yasuda squares around but pulls back. And they're going to appeal down to first, but say he did pull back in time. The count will move to 1-0. Jackfish infielder is watching Yasuda to see if he squares around to bunt again. He doesn't. That one's there for a strike. Evens things up at 1-1. Sun almost fully set now as darkness starts to fall over Welland Stadium. 5-1 the Jackfish lead here. The look, an off-speed delivery there. That one drops in. A beautiful curveball there from Clingersmith. And now from 1-1 it moves to 1-2 here. As Yasuda's in a little bit of a hole, but a good two-strike hitter he is. Miller's got a big lead at 1. Doyle, also with speed, has a big lead at 2. 1-2 delivery. This one hit hard and takes a funny hop, and it's into right field over the head of Okawa. They're going to wave home Doyle from second. The throw will go high into the backstop. Miller's into 3. Yasuda's into 2. And the lead cut now to 3 here. And 2 runners in scoring position. We will once again wait and see the official score on that one, but Yuki Yasuda hit that one on the ground, and it looked like second baseman Grant Okawa had a play to make on it before it took a funny hop and then went into right field. Dadson came up throwing from right and made a strong throw, but it went over the head of Mattingly Romanin, the catcher, into the backstop, allowing Doyle to score easily. Miller moves up to third, and now Yasuda slots into second base here. Still just 1 out on the board, and Pena's got a chance, if he can find a little bit of outfield grass here, to bring in not only the 3rd run of the inning, but the 4th. Clingersmith delivery. Pena fouls that one off. He'll go out into the parking lot. And the count moves to 0-1. The Jackfish faithful here trying to get their team back in. They've scored in every at-bat they've had so far, leading now by a score of 5-2. Majors 2 runs across this inning. Delivery to the plate. Pena fouls that one off. Got jammed a little bit on it as he brought the fastball a little bit high and a little bit inside on Pena. No balls and 2 strikes. Pena, the slugging outfielder, first baseman, as well as pitcher for this Majors team. A jack of all trades. He's found himself in an 0-2 count now on Clingersmith. The pitch. Off speed, and that one gets past Romanin. Miller is going to come in to score here, and it's the 3rd run of the inning for the Majors. That one just skipped on past Romanin behind the plate there. And the 3rd run of the inning here for the Majors has cut the deficit from 5-0 to 5-3. Now just 2 runs. And a crucial one standing at third base, represented by Yuki Yasuda. The infield will now come in for the Jackfish. They're going to try to cut down a run if they can. Make sure Yasuda can't score on a ground ball. Pitch to the plate. This one's hit. Left field. Vaughn Bryant takes a step back. Yasuda's tagging. Strong throw from Bryant is going to be on the money, but a tad late. It's a sacrifice fly for Ismael Pena, and the Majors have tacked on another run, their 4th of the inning, and the deficit's down to just 1.
Cleveland Brownlee.
That'll bring up Cleveland Brownlee to the plate now. In an inning that has seen the Majors go from 5-0 down to 5-4 here. They have done what the Jackfish did in the bottom of the 1st inning and put 4 runs across here. And we move back to a ball game here in Welland. Clingersmith delivery to Cleveland Brownlee will miss. It's 1-0. Majors knowing that their season on the line. First pitch here. Pardon me. This one inside to Brownlee on 1-0. And we see some stretching now going on in the Welland Jackfish bullpen. This series moving into the later games now. Both teams running a little low on pitching. 2-0 delivery from Klingersmith is going to be inside to Brownlee. It's 3 balls and no strikes. And they're in danger of walking the designated hitter with 2 outs. No slouch on deck behind him, represented by Josh Williams. Had a home run in Game 4. Pitch is going to be inside, and that one hits Brownlee. So on 3-0, Klingersmith goes inside, hits Cleveland Brownlee, and he'll take the slow trot on down to first base to represent the tying run in the game. And now we'll see a quick mound visit now from the Jackfish coaches. They'll come out to check on Klingersmith, who was cruising going into this inning. Had 2 clean first innings to start the ball game. And then ran into a little bit of trouble here. A couple of runs here in this inning. Now moved up to 4 runs, and now it is a 5-4 ball game. Mound visit winding down there as the home plate umpire comes out to chat with them and to make sure this game can get moving along. And that'll bring up Josh Williams to the plate here for London. Klingersmith into the game and will stay there. A first update from out of town of the night. The Barrie Baycats in the first inning have taken a 2-0 lead over the Brantford Red Sox, who could be playing their last game of the season tonight. The Baycats looking to sweep. 2-0. That game now into the bottom of the first inning at Arnold Anderson Stadium in Brantford. First pitch. Williams hits that one on the ground, but not hard over the first. It'll go foul. And the count will move to 0-1. Brownlee was already over towards second base by the time that one was called foul, so he'll take the walk back to 1. So Klingersmith is now ready to work here on an 0-1 count. The look and delivery to the plate, that one's just off the outer edge. Things will even up now at 1-1. Williams looking to try and extend this inning for the Majors. On deck is Mike Ambrose. The Majors started this inning with the bottom of the order and now have worked things back into the middle. Williams fouls that one off. It will get out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on the Majors' first baseman. As the action now in the Welland bullpen. A couple of guys standing around stretching their arms. In the Majors bullpen we saw Owen Boone get ready. We'll see if he comes into the game. A 1-2 delivery. That one just off the outer edge. Good eye there from Williams, and then things will even up at 2-2. So we'll get another look here. On a count that moved to even at 2-2. Brownlee's not a big lead at first. Williams to the plate. He hits that one in the air. Asbury Heath in center on a run will make the grab. And that will end things here in the top half of the third inning. But the Majors get themselves back into this ball game. 4 runs here on the top of the third have moved it to a 5-4 game. We'll take the break and come back here with the bottom of the third inning here on Majors TV. Welcome back, Majors fans. We go along to the bottom of the third inning. The Majors have battled their way back into the ball game now. The score 5-4 for the Welland Jackfish. 4 runs in the top half of the third inning for the Majors. And Owen Boone will come into the ball game now. We mentioned he'd been warming up, and it'll be just 2 innings for Miguel Burgos in the start today. Giving way now to the bullpen, represented by starter Owen Boone. So we'll get set and ready to start the bottom of the third inning. The Jackfish have scored in every inning so far. 4 runs in their first at-bat and 1 in the second. As Bryce O'Farrell's in to start things in the bottom half of 3. Boone, the righty here, works and throws the first pitch there for a strike. It's 0-1. Things didn't look great for the Majors to start the game. 5 runs over the first 2 innings, down 5-0, but they battled back here with 4 runs in the top of the third. And now an 0-2 count for Owen Boone. Boone into his delivery here. 0-2. This one just off the plate. And goes to 1-2. Boone already a start in this series. He started game 2 in Welland. And didn't have a fantastic start. That game, of course, the Majors lost to go down 2-0. That one swung on. They'll check down and say he did go around. Ambrose tags up. And it's going to be a strikeout for Boone to start his bottom of the third inning. O'Farrell went about halfway around there. Looked like he went from here. Mike Ambrose immediately said, I want to check that at first base. They get the call. And there's the first out to start the bottom of the third inning. So now Vaughn Bryant will come to the plate here. Bryant reaching earlier on in the ball game as well. Pitch here, this one an off speed and fouled off down into the Jackfish bullpen. So the count moves to 0-1. Owen Boone has been good since coming into the game. This is just the second batter he's faced, but he has gotten ahead and he's thrown lots of strikes. So if he can keep that up here, he'll keep the Majors in the game. 0-1. That one's there for a strike on the fastball. Looking good for Boone so far. And it's 0-2. Asbury Heath stands on deck here. Had the home run his first time up. This one's low in the dirt. So things move to 1-2 now. Majors trying to win this ball game to keep their season alive. They did a good job in the top half of the third inning to work back into this game. This one just off the plate there from Boone on a good fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The action in the Majors bullpen continues now, as we have a couple of arms at least throwing the ball and getting loose. 2-2 delivery. Boone to the plate. That one gets low and through Ambrose's legs. No offering from Vaughn Bryant, and the count moves to full now. You don't want to put Vaughn Bryant on and have to face Asbury Heath with a runner on. Not only is Vaughn Bryant an aggressive runner, Asbury Heath's already gone deep tonight. Here is the 3-2 delivery. Boone to the plate. This one hit down the right field line, but it looks like it's going to get out of play. Out onto the grass berm down the first base line. And we'll redo the 3-2 pitch. 10th meeting of the season between these two clubs, so if you think that we've been covering a lot of Majors versus Jackfish baseball, you would be correct. This game 5 in the season, of course 5 meetings in the regular season. Boone's pitch just inside. Bryant will take the walk. So the first base runner allowed for Boone will give way to Asbury Heath as he comes to the plate here, coming off a home run his first time up. And Vaughn Bryant on first base as well. A good base runner.
our center fielder, number 2, DeAndre Asbury Heath.
Asbury Heath, the tall center fielder here for the Jackfish. He'll look to try and find another ball in the gap. If he can, he hit the home run back in the first inning. That one out to left field. Boone's pitch here. Asbury Heath takes it for a strike. It's 0-1. I mentioned the 10 meetings this season between the Jackfish and the Majors. 5 of those taking place at Labatt Park. This here the 5th to take place at Welland Stadium. 2 games in the regular season. Of course, games 1 and 2 in this series. Game 7 would also take place here if necessary. Bryant's off. Throw from Ambrose on the money. Tag from Yasuda. And Von Bryant is thrown out stealing here on a strong throw from Ambrose. The second out of the inning there on a pitch that missed high, but it was a perfect pitch to throw on for Ambrose. And he threw an absolute missile right on the money. And a beautiful tag from Yuki Yasuda has the second out of the inning. Now back into working from the windup here is Boone. His 1-1 off-speed offering is just inside Asbury Heath. And things move to 2-1. This game now into the bottom of the third inning. Boone is ready, set, and comes to the pitch. That one's there for a strike. Asbury Heath didn't like it, thought it was inside and a bit low as well, but it's there for 2-2 now. Checking in on the out-of-town scoreboard. One other game going on. Here's the 2-2 delivery. This one fouled off by Asbury Heath. Things will stay at 2-2. Just one other game going on in Brantford. The Baycats have tacked on another run. They now lead 3-0 over the Red Sox as they look to eliminate the Red Sox and move on to the second round of the IBL playoffs. The first team to move on, the Hamilton Cardinals, they eliminated Guelph in a clean sweep. And they'll have some time off before they get set to start the second round of the Inter-County Baseball League playoffs. Welland could move on with a win tonight, so could Barrie. And the other series going on is sitting just at 2-1 right now between Toronto and Kitchener. This one fouled off by Asbury Heath, and 2-2 count will stay the same. Game 4 in that series goes tomorrow night between, as mentioned, the Maple Leafs and the Kitchener Panthers down at Christie Pitts. That series as well is going to start to pick up and get very busy. A number of games in a number of days. Boone, the off-speed. That one called strike 3. An off-speed pitch there gets the punch out for Boone, and he has himself a fairly clean bottom of the third inning there. A nice throw out from Ambrose to gun down Von Bryant, and we are through 3 complete now with the Jackfish out in front 5-4. We'll take the break and come back the 4th inning here from Welland Stadium.
Are you looking for that perfect birthday gift this summer? Then make sure you visit the London Majors team store located under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. The Major store has lots of different items including t-shirts, game-used jerseys, hoodies, and Collins Majors socks, compliments of Collins clothiers. The Major store also has multiple different styles of London Majors official New Era caps. So make sure you visit us under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com.
Welcome back, Majors fans and fans around the Intercounty Baseball League as we move along here in Game 5 action from Welland Stadium and the Welland Sports Complex in gorgeous Rose City. Mike Ambrose will lead things off here for the Majors, who still trailed by a score of 5-4 here in game number 5. The Majors have battled their way back into this game a little bit at least. They were down 5-0 at one point and now trail just by 1 after putting up a 4 spot in the top half of the third. The Majors elected to go to the bullpen to bring in Owen Boone, who had himself a clean bottom of the third inning to keep the Jackfish off the board for the first time in the ball game. And now it will be Mike Ambrose to lead things off here for the Majors in the top of the fourth inning. Here's the first pitch. Off speed, and it drops right in there for a strike, 0-1. The Jackfish electing to keep their starter in the ball game here after giving up 4 runs in the top of the third. Matt Klingersmith's 0-1 delivery here. This is off the plate and low, as the count will move to 1-1. Jackfish outfield playing Ambrose to almost right up the middle. As Asbury, he's almost in line. This one's going to be hit right past the diving Pettipiece. It's going to be a leadoff base hit for Mike Ambrose here in the top of the fourth. He jumped on that 1-1 pitch, and he finds his way on here, putting that one past the diving Nolan Pettipiece. Then a great start here for the Majors. We'll bring up Carlos Arteaga. And Carlos found his way on with what was eventually ruled a base hit in the top half of the third. That's kind of where that all started. The Majors would go on to put 4 runs across and bring their way back into the game here as they look to try to keep their season alive here in Game 5. Klingersmith will set, come to the plate. Good bunt by Arteaga. Klingersmith's off the mound, shovels, throws to one in time. So Arteaga is going to be retired there. Ambrose will move up to 2 there. He does his job, and that is the first out here of the top of the fourth inning. But Ambrose moves into scoring position here for the Majors with Robert Doyle coming to the plate.
Left fielder Robert Doyle.
Arteaga laid that bunt down perfectly in a good location. Klingersmith had to come off the mound and make a strong defensive play, and it was able to get the out there, the first out of the inning. We'll see the corner infielders here for Welland come in to protect against what they think might happen. A bunt from Robert Doyle. He has speed as well. See if they want to try to move Ambrose up. First pitch is there for a strike. Doyle falls behind 0-1. Pretty good crowd here at Welland Stadium tonight to take in this ball game. Try to cheer their Jackfish on to a berth into the second round of the Intercounty Baseball League playoffs. Doyle hits that one down the line. It's got a chance to drop. If it goes fair, it will stick and it will go foul by about 5 feet down the line there. It looked like it had a chance to stay fair, but at the last minute it kicked a little bit more to the left. And the count will move to 0-2. Robert Doyle in the ballgame is 0-1 as he looks to try and keep this rally going. And Mike Ambrose continues to take his lead over at second base. Matt Klingersmith on the mound for the Jackfish. Klingersmith ready as he comes set on the mound. Grabs a pitch he likes. Romanin sets up a tad bit outside. Pitch as Doyle fouls that one off. He checked his swing, but it will stay there and at least keep him alive in the count. It will stay at 0-2. Almost completely dark here at Welland Stadium. A few clouds holding over. Some rain earlier on in the day. A little bit later forecasted as well, but hopefully not in game time. 0-2. The check on Ambrose. Klingersmith will come to the plate here. It's just off. So the first ball of the at-bat makes it 1-2 here. Infielders playing almost on a little bit of an opposite field shift here on Doyle, expecting him to be late on the fastball from Klingersmith. It's inside, almost hits him, but it goes to 2-2. Outfielders playing a little bit in, although still a little bit deep considering Robert Doyle is not a very big power threat here. It's a 2-2 count. So look, Klingersmith, delivery to the plate here. Doyle hits that one on the ground, not hard. He's going to run. It's a foot race between Hing and Klingersmith, a dive, and he's out at 1. So a fantastic defensive play between O'Farrell and Klingersmith will get the out on Robert Doyle. It will allow Mike Ambrose to advance to third base, albeit with 2 outs now in the inning.
Baseman Steve Froese.
And it looked like coming out of the box that Doyle, who is a lefty, so coming a little bit closer out of that left-handed box, had a chance to beat Klingersmith off the mound. But a great play there, and now Romanian will go out to give Klingersmith a time to kind of catch his breath here. 2 outs in the inning, will bring up Steve Froese to the plate. Ambrose remains at third base, so Steve Froese in the game so far will look to try and get his first hit of the ball game. The Majors just have 4 so far, only in the top half of the 4th inning. The regular season stats for Steve Froese there, you see at the bottom of your screen. The look and delivery here. That one right there for a strike. He gets ahead. Jackfish have scored 4 runs in the first inning and 1 run in the second. They lead 5-4. This one hit off the end of the bat. Froze over to Okawa at second, who comes up with a nice defensive play there to get the Jackfish out of the top of the 4th inning. The Majors looked like they had a chance to bring home another run, but nothing to show for it here in the top of the 4th inning. We will go to take a quick break here, come back with the bottom of the 4th inning here from the Rose City. Jackfish out in front, 5-4. Well, welcome back to Welland Stadium here and Game 5 of the first round of the Intercounty Baseball League's playoffs. One team already advancing on to round 2. That is the Hamilton Cardinals. They had a clean sweep over the Guelph Royals. And here in Welland, the Jackfish lead the series by a score of 3-1. They lead the ball game by a score of 5-4. And they'll take their swings here in the bottom half of the 4th inning with Owen Boone back out onto the mound for the London Majors. The Majors went quietly in the top half of the 4th. Quietly in the form of Mike Ambrose getting all the way to third, but a couple of good defensive plays by the Jackfish infield, bailing them out. And they will look to try and get some runs on the board here. They once led 5-0 in this ball game. They've seen that kind of disappear a little bit. Now just a 1-run lead at 5-4. They know that they can end the series tonight, and they're certainly going to look to try and do that. It'll be Grant Okawa to lead things off here for Welland. Okawa in the ball game today. He's already 0 for 1. That one will miss outside from Boone. First pitch goes the way of the batter, 1-0. Lights on, the sun away. Darkness over top of us here at Welland Stadium. The 1-0, that one's fouled straight back to the screen. Right on that one, and it's 1-1. Good crowd here at Welland Stadium for game number 5 of the Intercounty Baseball League playoffs, the 10th meeting of the season between Welland and London, if you include the regular season and the postseason. That one swung on and missed. So the count from 1-1 will move to 1-2. And a chance for Boone to get his first out of the inning here. We mentioned he's been good so far. Had a clean bottom of the third inning. He came in the third. It was Miguel Burgos who started the game for London. The 1-2's inside. So it goes to 2-2 now. Majors infield playing Okawa back on the grass, with the exception of Williams, who's playing in at first base. Only a couple steps behind first. 2-2 delivery. Pitch to the plate. That one will miss outside. And now Boone's worked it into a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Boone trying to get ready on the mound there. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the Jackfish still out in front of the London Majors by a score of 5-4. Delivery. This one hit right field. In a couple steps is Pena. He'll make the grab, and that will be the first out here. Okawa will be retired, and there's one gone in the bottom of the 4th inning. I'll bring up Nolan Pettipies to the plate. Pettipies, the third baseman in the ball game.
Number 4, Nolan Pettipies.
The Barry Baycats, much like the Jackfish did in this ball game, have taken a 5-0 lead over the Brantford Red Sox. That game in the top of the 3rd inning over in Brantford. Season on the line for the Red Sox as well. First pitch from Boone here is going to miss. 1-0. Boone trying to get through another clean inning here. He's got one out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pitch to the plate here from Boone. This one hit high in the air on the infield. Williams is over. Foul territory, and the catch will be made. Right in front of the London Majors dugout there, and there is the quick second out that Owen Boone was looking for on the mound. That one coming off the bat of Pettipies. Owen Boone didn't make much of a move off the mound. I think he saw it at least off the bat and just figured that either Michael Ambrose or Josh Williams would have a play on it. Ambrose lost the ball right out of the lights. He didn't know where it was and didn't move much further than 5 feet from home plate. That one's there for a strike. It's 0-1. It was Josh Williams who came the longest out of the 3 and ended up making the grab. He was the only one that saw the ball out of the lights and was able to make the catch. The 0-1 pitch. That one's there for a strike as well. So no 2 count here on the designated hitter. Nate Mastervik for the Welland Jackfish. On deck stands Soriano. 0-2 pitch. 2 out. That one's fouled off and right into the Jackfish dugout. And right away, a broken bat, and we'll see if everyone's okay down in the Jackfish dugout. A scary scene here as that one's on a line. It doesn't look like they're calling for any medical attention, so I assume everyone is okay down there in the Jackfish dugout. The Jackfish players lined up on the top against the screen. We'll see if Boone changes up here on the 0-2 or comes back to the fastball on Mastervik. Into his full windup. Now, leg kick. Delivery on 0-2. This one's up high. A good waist pitch there. A ball and 2 strikes. Everyone looks okay down in the Jackfish dugout. Mastervik in a 1-2 hole here. Ambrose setting up almost right down the middle of the plate, slightly in. Pitch from Boone is an off speed and hit down the line, but it'll go foul as it's picked up by Williams. The count will stay at 1-2. The Majors looking to try and keep their season alive as mentioned, trailing in this series by a 3-1 score. Jackfish took games 1 and 2 here at Welland Stadium and took game 3 at Labatt Park. Off-speed Colt strike 3. Beautiful pitch there from Boone, and he gets himself out of the bottom of the 4th inning with a strikeout there. And we will move along now. 4 innings complete here at Welland Stadium. The Jackfish lead by a score of 5-4.
Are you looking for that perfect birthday gift this summer? Then make sure you visit the London Majors team store located under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. The Major store has lots of different items including t-shirts, game-used jerseys, hoodies, and Collins Majors socks, compliments of Collins clothiers. The Major store also has multiple different styles of London Majors official New Era caps. So make sure you visit us under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com.
Welcome back to Game 5 coverage here of London Majors and the postseason on Majors TV. The kids have ran the bases here at Welland Stadium, and they have completed their trip around the bases. Klinger Smith is back out onto the mound for the Jackfish. He was the starting pitcher in today's game. 2 clean innings to start the ball game and gave up 4 runs in the top of the 3rd, and then a clean top of the 4th inning for Klinger Smith so far today. He still has the lead. The Jackfish 5 runs, those coming in the first 2 innings. 4 in the first, 1 in the second inning. That is their 5 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors for them. And we get set to start the top of the 5th inning with the Majors top of the order due up to try and start things here. They were unable to score despite getting Mike Ambrose to third base last inning. And now we'll look to try and get the tying run on base and across.
The 5th inning of
as we will see the Majors come to the plate here.
Your hometown realtor. Visit Stephen Kanjar online at movingniagara.com.
So Myles Miller to lead things off here for the Majors.
Leading off the 5th inning for London.
Miller so far
Myles
in the ball game as he looks to continue a hot postseason. He's got a hit, 1 for 2, scored a run for the Majors. Hitting over 500 in the postseason. And will now be tasked with leading off the top of the 5th inning here for London, who trails by a score of 5-4. Klinger Smith into his delivery. That pitch right there as Miller takes it, and it's 0-1. The Jackfish faithful here trying to cheer their team on to a second-round berth in the playoffs. 0-1 delivery from Klinger Smith is outside. Things will even up at 1-1. On deck stands Yuki Yasuda. Behind him, Ismail Pena. Those are the 3 to lead us off in this inning. Off speed, Miller hits that one down the line. It's a fair ball. It stays on the inside of the line, and Miller's going to have extra bases here to lead off the top half of the 5th inning. Right down the line, a beautifully placed hit for Miller. And that is how we'll start things in the top of 5. So now Yuki Yasuda will come to the plate. And now Jackfish head coach Brian Essery's out of the dugout to ask for the umpires to kind of convene on that foul ball. Home plate umpire doesn't look like he's going to even bother. So now it will be Miller on second base for sure to lead off the top of the 5th inning. Another extra base hit for him. You mentioned he's been having a fantastic postseason. That's his second hit tonight. Getting hot at the right time. Now the infield, at least on the corners, will come in for the Jackfish. Protect against the bunt from Yuki Yasuda. He does square around. Gets that one in the air. A chance for Romanin, but he won't be able to make the grab there. The count moves to no balls and a strike. Myles Miller at second base after the leadoff double here to start the 5th inning. Yuki Yasuda the batter. Ismail Pena on deck. Yasuda tonight has also scored a run here for London. He's 1 for 2. Squares around but pulls back. And that one will miss. Move the count to 1-1. Yasuda's hitting over 300 in the postseason at 316. Pena's hitting 412. So the top 3 in this majors order are all hitting over 300, all having good postseasons. The 1-1. Yasuda does get that one down right in front of Romanin, who will get the strong throw. It's high. Yasuda's safe at 1. Romanin threw that one a little bit high to O'Farrell at first base. And Yuki Yasuda is going to be on to put runners at the corners now. Nobody out. And that's how the top of the 5th inning will start here for the majors. So that'll bring up Izzy Pena to the plate. And for Pena, he's got a chance to bring in a run here, represented by Miller, standing at third base. He had a sacrifice fly earlier on in the ball game. That one scored a run. He's got an RBI already tonight. Has yet to get a hit. Yasuda fakes. Pena hits that one. It's going to get down for a base hit. In jogs Miller. Yasuda will go to 2. And the game is back to where we started, tied now at 5-5. A fantastic job there by Izzy Pena. He's got a hit and his second RBI tonight. Dropping that one in front of Asbury Heath in center field. So Cleveland Brownlee will now come to the plate here. There is still nobody out here in the inning. Yuki Yasuda on second, Ismail Pena on first. Both of them taking about medium-sized lead. Brownlee squares around to bunt, and now Brownlee puts down a sacrifice bunt. They'll shovel it over to 1, but a beautiful play sacrifice bunt by the London Majors cleanup hitter as designated hitter. And that is what small ball and team baseball is all about right there. A beautiful job by Cleveland Brownlee to put his ego in his back pocket for a second, not like Cleveland Brownlee has one, but to just worry about the team. A fantastic job there. Has moved runners into scoring position, 2 of them for Josh Williams. So for Josh Williams now, you have to realize the job done by Cleveland Brownlee, and you have to try to get these runners in any way you can. Matt Klingersmith is on the mound here. The Jackfish will pull the infield in to try to cut down a runner on a ground ball. Klingersmith in his delivery. Checks on the runners. Comes to Williams. That one's inside. Almost hits Williams. No one warming up in the Jackfish bullpen. As Klingersmith is in a little bit of trouble here. 1 run already across. In the top half of the 5th inning. 2 runs in scoring position. And Josh Williams at the plate. Klingersmith set, ready, deals. Inside. And that one will move the count to 2-0 here on the London Majors first baseman in Josh Williams. Williams tonight is 0 for 2. He's hitting a hair under 300 in the postseason at 294. A home run on Sunday afternoon in London. A 2-0 delivery. Klingersmith. Williams fouls that one off. It goes to the backstop, and the count will move to 2-1. The Jackfish infield continue to play in, but they're not totally on the grass. O'Farrell, Okawa, Soriano, and Pettipiece all playing maybe a step or two off, as Williams can hit the ball hard. 2-1 delivery. Pitch. That one up high. It's 3 balls and a strike now on the Majors' first baseman. You don't get a rest if you walk Williams. On deck is Mike Ambrose. Ambrose is 1 for 2 in the ballgame and hitting .333 in the postseason. So we await the 3-1 delivery. Williams fouls that one off. It'll get out of play. And the count will move to full now. And a very important, a very big pitch coming here on 3-2 to Josh Williams. With a pair of runners on base here, and Klingersmith looking like the Majors are starting to get to him. Fans trying to get behind the Jackfish defense here. And the Majors looking to try and silence the crowd. 3-2 delivery. Klingersmith to the plate. Williams hits that one hard. Down the line. It's a fair ball. That one's going to roll all the way into the corner. Williams will stroll into 2. Yasuda and Pena will stroll in. Now Williams is going to go for 3. The strong throw is going to be on the money to get Josh Williams. But he has doubled in 2 runs here. The Majors lead 7-5. A fantastic job there by Josh Williams has given the Majors the lead here. 3 runs in this inning, and now we will see action in the Welland Jackfish bullpen as they have a lefty moving. Wait and see who that is. But Klingersmith has given up now a number of hits to this Majors team and 7 runs here through not even 5 innings. 2 outs now in the inning. That one's inside to Ambrose. It's 1-0. Three runs across here for the Majors. Ambrose 1 for 2 tonight. Average sitting at .333. Pitch, that one's going to miss as well. Klingersmith falls behind on Mike Ambrose. 2 balls and no strikes. The look from Klingersmith on the mound to Mike Ambrose at the dish. That one off the plate. 3 balls, no strikes. Carlos Ortega on deck for the Majors, who are looking to have another good inning here. 4 runs in the top half of the 3rd, and now 3 runs here in the top half of the 5th. 3-1 delivery. Ambrose takes that one all the way. And the count will move to 3-1. On a beautiful night for baseball here in Welland. The Jackfish fans trying to get behind their defense here, but Matt Klingersmith is struggling a little bit on the mound. Pitch outside. Ambrose will take the walk here, and that'll put another base runner on for the Majors. Carlos Ortega will come to the plate here with 2 outs, and Ambrose on first. We'll see if we get a mound visit. Looks like it's just going to be Romanin come out to the plate. Or come out to the mound, pardon me, to have a chat with Matt Klingersmith. The Majors have pushed 3 runs across here in the top of 5. 2 of those coming on what will be scored as a 2 RPI double from Josh Williams. And now Carlos Ortega has a chance here to keep the inning alive for the Majors, who are looking to try and keep their season alive tonight here in Game 5. Ambrose on first base, taking his lead. Having a chat with Bryce O'Farrell, the Welland Jackfish first baseman. So Klingersmith there, set, ready on mound. Ortega squares around to bunt, but pulls back as that pitch will miss. 1 ball and no strikes. Action still in the Jackfish bullpen. It's a left-hander. Claresmith set and delivers here. Ortega hits that one on the ground hard to Soriano, who picks up, throws to 2 in time. So that will do things here in the top half of the 5th inning, but a fantastic job by the Majors, and a 2 RBI double from Josh Williams has given the team the lead. 7-5 is the score as we move along to the bottom half of the 5th inning here on Majors TV. Well, Majors fans and fans around the Intercounty Baseball League, we welcome you back to Game 5 coverage here from Welland Stadium and the Welland Sports Complex. We move along to the bottom of the 5th inning here in a game that really has been described nothing short of a roller coaster of emotions for fans here. The Jackfish took 4 runs in the bottom half of the 1st inning and then another run in the bottom half of the 2nd inning to give themselves a 5-0 lead. Since then, 7 unanswered London Majors runs, 3 of those coming in the top half of this inning. 2 of those coming off an RBI double from Josh Williams has given the team the lead. They now need a 7-5. One other game going on in the IBL playoffs tonight. The Barrie Baycats are looking to eliminate the Brantford Red Sox. They're in the bottom of the 4th inning over at Arnold Anderson Stadiums with the Baycats leading by a score of 5-0. Here in Welland, the Majors started Miguel Burgos, but he only went 2 innings, giving up those 5 runs before giving way to the bullpen, represented by starting pitcher Owen Boone. And Boone has done a great job out of the pen so far, 2 scoreless innings, and we'll look to continue that here against this tough Welland Jackfish lineup.
Shortstop, number 1, Wilson Soriano.
So Wilson Soriano to the plate here. Soriano has been what is best described as a thorn in the side of the London Majors. He has been on base, he has been stealing bases, he has been hitting the Majors pitching all season long and continues into Game 5 of this postseason. First pitch from Boone will miss up high. It's 1-0. These Jackfish now looking to try and fight their way back into the game. Soriano will step out and give Boone a chance to regroup on 1-0 here, missing for that first pitch. Here's the 1-0. Pitch to the plate is up high. So it goes to 2-0 now. Soriano looking to start this inning for the Jackfish and try and get those runs back that were given up in the top half of the 5th. That one inside but called a strike. Soriano thought it was inside. And it sure did look inside, at least from up here in the broadcast booth. Especially with the jump of Soriano back. Looked like it could have been ball 3, but it's 2-1. Boone is set on the mound. Ambrose set up right down the middle. That pitch hit and fouled off out of play. It will get off into the grass seating here, and the count will move to 2-2. Boone working into his 3rd inning of work in the ballgame tonight after coming out of the bullpen. The Majors right now needing to win, so they're just throwing whoever they can. And they'll figure out who they're going to throw in Game 6 once they get there. The most important part right now, getting to Game 6. That one up high to Soriano. The count from 2-2 will move to 3-2. So a big full count pitch coming. Boone is set and ready on the mound here. He works from that full windup, centered on the rubber. And now he will take a step off here. Him and Ambrose not coming to a conclusion on what pitch they want to come. It's a big 3-2 count. Looks like they're ready now. Ambrose sets up slightly inside here. Boone into his big delivery here. The pitch hit in the air. It looks like it might have had a chance to stay in, but it will get out of play here at Welland Stadium. And we'll have to redo the 3-2 pitch. Jackfish continue to lead here in the series by a score of 3-1. So the Majors needing to try and win this game tonight, take things back to London tomorrow, which will be a 7:35 first pitch at Labatt Park. And of course, if necessary, Game 7 comes back here to Welland on Thursday night. That one's in the dirt. And Soriano will take the walk here on a full count pitch that missed low. He'll be on base with nobody out to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. So we mentioned how Soriano has been on base a lot for the Jackfish team, not only by hitting, he's walked a lot. He just finds his way on base and then continues to torment this Majors team. Mike Ambrose threw him out earlier on in the ball game as well. Brendan Datson will come to the plate now. Datson, a fielder's choice tonight. Last time he had Soriano on first base. Boone set and ready, working from the stretch now. He'll come to the plate here. Datson hits that one out of play, and will get it into the parking lot. Now this is the count will move to 0-1. Majors leading by a score of 7-5 here in Game 5. Looking to try and keep their season alive. They started Miguel Burgos, who only went 2 innings, before giving way to the bullpen and Owen Boone. He'll move over, picks off Soriano, but he's going to be back in safely on the count that stays at 0-1. Soriano will grab his signs from the third base coach here before getting set. Datson as well on an 0-1 count. He'll check. Soriano's not off. The pitch outside. The throw from Ambrose back to 1. But Soriano's going to be back in safely on a pitch that missed, and the count will move to 1-1. Boone looking to have himself another clean inning. He's got Soriano on to lead things off here, so not an easy task. The Majors bullpen quiet now. Boone moves over to first again. This one a little bit quicker to check on Soriano, but he's back in diving safely. No more action down in the Welland bullpen. We saw Matt Klingersmith finish off that inning, giving up 3 runs. Pitch, Soriano's off. This one is going to be fouled off. Soriano took off on the pitch and then got just to the cut of the grass before he stopped. A good fake steal there. But the count will move to 1-2. Brendan Datson at the plate, the right fielder for the Jackfish tonight, is looking to try and find his way on base if he can. This Jackfish crowd tonight, the loudest we've heard them all series long. You got to give them that as they try to cheer their team back into this game. Cheering, of course, a lot in the years they're going. 5 runs in the first 2 innings. Boone checks. Another move over to check on Soriano, who's back in safely. The fans don't like that. They want him to throw to Datson. Manly Roman is on deck here for Welland. Boone, ready on the mound again. Ambrose sets up. Comes to the plate, fake steal, now fought off at the plate again by Datson. So a number of pitches here that have been fought off. And it goes to a 1-2 count, stays there. Owen Boone setting ready on the mound here. Soriano takes his lead at 1. To the plate. This one fouled off again, so a great battle at the plate there between Brendan Dadson and Owen Boone. The Majors continue to lead by a score of 7-5 here. 4 runs in the top half of the third, 3 runs in the top half of the fifth. They have 7 runs in the ball game tonight, coming on 7 hits. And of course, looking to try and shut down the Jackfish here defensively. Soriano takes his lead at 1. Boone taking his time. Another throw over to check on him, but he's back in safely. The fans not very happy with Owen Boone picking over to 1 a number of times. Owen Boone ready again here on 1-2. Pitch, Soriano not off that pitch inside. So Dadson had to take the inside pitch here. And the count will move to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Welland Jackfish mascot Jack's down in the front row there trying to get the fans on their feet. Get them loud. A 2-2 pitch. Soriano not off. That pitch fouled off again by Dadson. So Boone and Ambrose got to try and find something that they can come to Dadson with here that he can't fight off. He's done a great job at that so far. The fans loving this at-bat so far. It's been a long one here on a 2-2 count between Brendan Dadson and Owen Boone. Boone's checked over at first a number of times as well. So the at-bat in general, legging on. 2-2 now. Boone will come to the plate here, swing and a miss. He gets Dadson swinging there. A beautiful fastball up in the zone for the first out of the inning.
The catcher, number 8, Mattingly Romanin.
So Mattingly Romanin will come to the plate now. And for Romanin, he's looking to try and extend this inning and stay out of a double play if he can. Soriano runs well at first. We'll see if they put him in motion now to try and steal him over to 2. He's very aggressive on the base pass. Pick over from Boone, but he's back in safely. Probably about the 5th or 6th time we've seen Boone make a move over to 1 to check on Soriano. And he's not just throwing over, he's making very good attempts at trying to throw out the runner. Boone set. Soriano not off. That pitch across for a strike. Count moves to 0-1. Soriano, this whole time he's been on base, a number of attempts to steal. He does the little fake steal where he takes off for about 5 feet and then stops. Boone's 0-1. Soriano off, but then stops again. That pitch outside. Looks like he's just trying to either throw off Mike Ambrose or throw off Owen Boone on the mound. Try to throw them both off at the same time as well. Soriano, a very smart base runner. Very fast as well. Majors middle infielders, of course, ready to turn a double play if they can. 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss there. Romanin right through the fastball. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Owen Boone here has a 1-2 count on the Welland Jackfish catcher. Soriano takes his lead. Gets a good secondary. Move over from Boone. He's back in safely. It goes to 1-2. Boone checks on the runner. Doing a fantastic job so far with Soriano on first. The 1-2 delivery. This one called strike 3. Beautiful pitch there from Owen Boone, and there is the second out. Boone allowed Soriano to reach with a leadoff walk, and then has proceeded to strike out the next two batters to keep him over there.
First baseman, number 23, Bryce O'Farrell.
So Bryce O'Farrell will come to the plate now for Welland. And for O'Farrell, he'll have to try and extend the inning now for Welland. Soriano hasn't moved since he got on first base. Another move over there. We'd have to start a tally on how many times Boone has picked over in the inning. It's got to be getting close to double digits on Soriano, if not already there. He's ready on the mound here to face off against O'Farrell. First pitch right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Fans not liking that call as they give it to the home plate umpire. So they'll check here. Boone ready to go once again. Soriano still on first. Not off. The pitch swung on and missed. A beautiful pitch there from Boone, who gets himself into an 0-2 count. Soriano still on first base. He reached via a walk to start off the bottom of the fifth inning. Usually very aggressive on the base pass. Has not left first base. Has not attempted to steal. Boone has struck out the next two batters, and now he's up 0-2 on O'Farrell. Boone ready. Checks, delivers here. That one fouled off. It'll get out of play. So the count will stay at 0-2. Soriano is on first base. Majors leading by a score of 7-5 here. 7 unanswered runs after the Jackfish took a 5-0 lead to start the ball game. An 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Boone to the plate. Soriano's off. The strong throw from Ambrose on the money, but it's a little bit late as Yasuda's tag is applied, but Soriano's safely into second base. The ball missed outside, so the count will move to 1-2, but after two strikeouts and the count moving to 1-2 now, we see Soriano finally make the move up to second base. A little bit strange for him to not move up earlier. And it's 1-2 here. Boone looking to try and work through the bottom of the fifth inning. His third straight 0 on the board if he can do it. O'Farrell set and ready at the plate here to face off against a 1-2 pitch from Owen Boone. Delivery, that one inside and a little bit low as well. So from 1-2 it goes to 2-2 here. Majors leading by a score of 7-5. Having a check on the runner is Owen Boone. Working from the stretch. That one hit on the ground down the line, but foul into the Jackfish bullpen. So we'll keep the count at 2-2 where it is. The Jackfish fans trying to get into the ball game here. Their team down by 2. Soriano at second. And Owen Boone looking to try and strike out the sign to get through this inning if he can get the K here. He's looking to get the out any way he can. 2-2 delivery. Now time called as a ball came in play. And came right behind Steve Froese at third base. So now Mike Ambrose will come out and check on Owen Boone. Make sure they're going to be on the same page coming into this big 2-2 pitch. And Boone looks like he is ready to go with Ambrose here. They're likely not even going to bother putting down a sign here after talking about what pitch they want to go with. And it will be a big 2-2 pitch coming here. O'Farrell at the plate. After the strikeout of Datsun and Romanin, the first two outs of the inning. 2-2. Checks on Soriano, who makes the move. Now the pitch hit down the line. Froese, fair territory, strong throw across the diamond is going to be in time. And Steve Froese will get the out there to get the Majors out of the inning here in the bottom of the 5. We've played 5 complete here in Welland. The Majors lead by a score of 7-5.
Are you looking for that perfect birthday gift this summer? Then make sure you visit the London Majors team store located under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. The Major store has lots of different items including t-shirts, game-used jerseys, hoodies, and Collins Majors socks, compliments of Collins clothiers. The Major store also has multiple different styles of London Majors official New Era caps. So make sure you visit us under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com.
Well, Majors fans, welcome back here to our coverage of the first round of the Intercounty Baseball League playoffs. The London Majors lead this game by a score of 7-5 here as we move along in the ball game and get ready to start the top half of the 6th inning. The Welland Jackfish started the ball game with 4 runs in the bottom half of the first and then another run in the bottom half of the 2nd inning to take a 5-0 lead, and things were not looking great for the London Majors, but they battled back. 4 runs in the top of the 3rd and then another 3 added on in the top half of the 5th inning have given us a 7-5 lead as we move along to the top half of the 6th inning. So the Majors looking to add on to that lead here. It'll be Robert Doyle to lead things off here. Doyle into the lineup tonight is playing left field.
6th inning for the Majors. Left fielder Robert Doyle.
So far tonight for London, Robert Doyle has scored a run, but he's 0 for 2. That pitch will miss outside here. Count move to 1-0. New pitcher into the ball game for the Welland Jackfish as well as Chris Puato is in, the lefty. Coming out of the bullpen here as the Jackfish make the move to the pen, and he misses now, 2-0. Doyle up in the count here, 2-0, as he looks to try and get on base to start things here in the top half of the 6th inning. That one is there for a strike, however. 2-1. Puato finally gets his first strike there. Moves his way back into the count here. Doyle and then Froese. Doyle lays a bunt down. It's a good location. Puato off the mound to throw to one. Not in time. Doyle's going to be on with a leadoff bunt. Fantastically placed there, and the Majors will grab another hit and a base runner here to lead off the top half of the 6th inning.
Third baseman Steve Froese.
And that'll bring up Steve Froese to the plate here. Froese as well had a nice defensive play to end the bottom half of the 5th inning. So we'll see what Steve Froese can do here. We'll see if the Majors elect to keep playing some small ball and move over Robert Doyle to second base. They've done a great job at playing small ball tonight. We even saw designated hitter and cleanup win throw over to check on Doyle, who's back in safely at first base. We saw a cleanup man designated hitter Cleveland Brownlee even lay down a sacrifice bunt. Now squares around is Froese. They got a chance at the runner at 2, but they'll just go to 1 instead to get Steve Froese. So the sacrifice works as planned here for the Majors as Doyle moves up to second base here. That'll be the first out here, and it will turn things over to the top of the order here for the Majors, represented by Myles Miller. And Myles Miller has had himself a game as well for the Majors. He has 2 hits and scored 2 runs, batting over .500 at .550 in the postseason so far. 2 for 3 tonight. Now he's going to have to try to, instead of get on pace to try to get the run scored, he's going to have to try and score one himself with Doyle in scoring position at second base. Boato on the mound for the Jackfish. Down the line as Miller fouls one off. It looks like it's going to be out of play of Von Bryant, who was all the way down the line. And it will go foul. So that one drops. Myles Miller, as mentioned today, 2 hits. He had a number of hits earlier on in the series as well. And has just continued being on a tear for this Majors team. He had a great regular season since joining the team as well. But this postseason has been something else for Miller. 0-1 delivery. That one up high, so he takes it, and the count will move to even at 1-1. Yuki Yasuda stands on deck for the Majors. The look from Boato at Doyle at 2. Checks and then comes to the plate here. It's inside to Miller. 2 balls and a strike. The Jackfish infield playing back on Miller here. They'll take the out at first base instead of going to try and keep Doyle from advancing to third. There is 1 out in the inning. Boato checks, and now comes to the plate here. The lefty, Miller hits that one, but it will get fouled out of play. Out towards the grass berm on the third base side, and the count will even itself up at 2-2. Update from around the IBL. That game we mentioned going on in Brantford. The Barry Baycats lead in the top of the 6th inning by a score of 6-0. Looking to try and sweep away the Red Sox in round 1. Jackfish chant going here at Welland Stadium. The 2-2. Miller hits that one. Center field. Asbury Heath on the run. He'll make the play in the gap. Doyle's going to tag from second and use his speed. He'll advance all the way to third. And a great job there by Robert Doyle to have a heads-up play to move up to third base on the out there, the second out of the inning off the bat of Myles Miller.
Second baseman Yuki Yasuda.
So now for the Majors, a chance for Yuki Yasuda, the second baseman and number 2 hitter in the order, to try and bring in a run. Yasuda, much like Miller at the top of this order, has scored 2 runs tonight. He's 1 for 3. He also has an RBI, so he's looking to try and add on to that RBI total. Facing off here against Chris Boato. The pitch inside to Yasuda. He takes that one for a 1-0 count. Big Izzy Pena on deck for the Majors, who has 2 RBIs tonight. Here's the pitch inside. So they've gone back-to-back times inside to Yasuda. He's taken them both, and it's 2-0. 90 feet away from scoring is Robert Doyle at third base. As the Majors look to try and bring in another run. They've scored 7 straight. Pitch. That one's there for a strike on Yasuda. Not the pitch he was looking for, however, and it will go to 2-1. Yasuda in the postseason now. Average up to 300. Here's the 2-1 delivery. This one hit. And it will be flared over top of the first baseman, but go foul. So from 2-1 it goes to 2-2, and a chance for Boato to get himself out of the top of the 6th inning without a run coming across. Although it wasn't a fantastic start. And Doyle still stands at third base. Fans trying to cheer on Boato as he looks to work through the 6th. Pitch to Yasuda. That one hit on the ground. Pettipies at third, takes it on a hop, throw to 1, in time to get Yasuda at 1. A nice play there from Pettipies, a bang-bang play at 1, and the Majors will be held off the board here in the top half of the 6th inning. But we'll take a quick break, and we will come back here to Welland Stadium in Welland, Ontario. The Majors leading by a score of 7-5. Welcome back as we move along now in this ball game, and we go to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Welland Stadium. Jackfish and Majors in a tight contest here with London out in front 7-5. It was a rough start for the Majors squad, who gave up 5 runs over the first 2 innings to go down 5-0 to this Jackfish team. They did not get a hit during that time, and then they've turned things around against starting pitcher for the Jackfish, Matt Klingersmith. Since then, it has been Majors and all Majors at the offensive side of the plate, as Owen Boone, coming out of the Majors bullpen, has shut down this Jackfish team, and will look to do so here again in the bottom of the 6th inning. 3 straight scoreless ones for him, as the Majors will look to try and carry this lead into the top half of the 7th inning. The Jackfish so far in the ball game tonight, they have 5 hits, but Owen Boone has done a fantastic job out of the bullpen to keep them where they are in terms of their offense so far. A couple of runners in scoring position for Welland, but other than that, fantastic job by Owen Boone.
Leading off the 6th inning for the Jackfish, left fielder number 9, Vaughn Bryant.
So Vaughn Bryant will lead things off here for Welland in the bottom half of the 6th inning, down by 2 runs in this Game 5 of the first round of the playoffs. DeAndre Asbury Heath is on deck. He had a home run earlier on. That one is fouled off at the plate, so it goes to 0-1. You got to salute the fans tonight as well in Welland. They have been cheering on their team all night long. A good crowd here for Game 5. Boone into his delivery on the mound. His 0-1 pitch. That one swung on and missed by Bryant, and he's down into an 0-2 hole. Boone working quickly and confidently here. An 0-2 count. Ambrose moves the setup outside. Pitch to the plate, off the plate. Well outside considering where Ambrose was set up. It's 1-2. Asbury Heath, who's on deck here for the Jackfish, we mentioned, had that home run in the first inning. A 2-run shot that scored their 3rd and 4th runs of the game. Pitch to the plate there, just low. Good location from Owen Boone, but he doesn't get the bite of Von Bryant or the home plate umpire. 2-2 now. And this will be a big pitch coming here for Owen Boone, who's done a fantastic job. Mike Ambrose behind the dish as well, calling the game. 2-2 delivery. That one hit and fouled off just to the right of me here in the press box. And we'll stay at 2-2 here. Only 2 games going on in the Intercounty League tonight. It will be a busy night tomorrow night if the Majors and the Red Sox can both try to stave off elimination. Not looking good in Brantford for the Sox. The 2-2 delivery. Breaking ball just inside. Didn't quite have enough break, and it'll go to a full count on the leadoff man. Bottom of the 5th started the same way for the Jackfish. Leadoff man Soriano got on with a walk, but they were unable to move him any further than second base. Here's the 3-2. Boone to the plate here. This one fouled straight back to the screen as well. So a fantastic battle at the plate there for Von Bryant. Waiting on deck, DeAndre Asbury Heath. As Mike Ambrose and the pitcher Owen Boone try to work through this Jackfish offense. The look and delivery as Boone grabs his sign, ready to go. 3-2 pitch, breaking ball, hit right field on a line. Pena, a couple steps back, trailing with it, and makes the grab in right field. Looked a little bit further off the bat than it truly was, and there will be the first out here at the bottom of the 6th inning there as Von Bryant flies out.
Center fielder number 2, DeAndre Asbury Heath.
So DeAndre Asbury Heath will come to the plate now for Welland, and we mentioned he had the long ball earlier on in the day. Doyle takes a couple steps back in left field. As for the rest of the game for DeAndre Asbury Heath, he is in the game, 1 for 2. Just the one hit, 2 RBIs. Struck out as well. Lays down the bunt there. Perfectly placed location. Steve Froese on a run. Throw will go wide and down into the Majors bullpen. Asbury Heath will round and go play. Yasuda says it's out of play. And Asbury Heath will be awarded second base, although he was going to get there anyways. And a beautifully placed bunt there from Asbury Heath. It was going to be a tough play for Froese to make anyways. Probably would have been better off to just hold on to it, but hindsight is 20/20. And now the Jackfish have a runner in scoring position here with just one out in the inning.
Number 3, Grant Akawa.
So Grant Okawa will come to the plate now. Ambrose back after a quick visit with Boone on the mound. It was going to be a tough play for either Boone or Froese to make. Froese was on the run. He picked it up barehanded and made a nice play despite the throw going wide. Williams was unable to come anywhere close to making the grab. And it went out of play down the line. So Asbury Heath is on. This one hit. Left field. Doyle coming in a few steps. Makes the grab on the line. A hard hit ball off the bat of Okawa, but it will result in a one pitch out for Owen Boone, the second out of the inning.
Your third baseman, number 4, Nolan Pettipiece.
So Nolan Pettipiece will come to the plate now. After the line out from Grant Okawa for the second out of the inning, we'll see if they can try to get Asbury Heath in from second base after he reached on an error. Here in the bottom half of the sixth inning. Carlos Ortega checks on Asbury Heath. So does Yasuda. Both the middle infielders checking on him. Pitch to the plate is inside. Boone misses just off the plate there. It's 1-0. Pettipiece so far tonight for the Welland Jackfish is yet to get a hit. He's 0 for 2. Hitting a hair under 300 for the playoff series. Boone checks and then comes 2. That one's right there to Pettipiece. So it evens it up now. A ball and a strike. Majors holding on to a 7-5 lead here in game number 5 of this best-of-7 series. Owen Boone working here in his 4th inning. It's through 3 2/3 now. Pitch to the plate here. Up the middle, Ortega, diving catch, and that's going to at least save a run. They're going to hold on, and Steve Froese has a shot at getting Asbury Heath, and although it will be a base hit on the infield for Pettipiece, a fantastic play by Ortega up the middle is going to keep a run off the board, and that one can't go unnoticed. And now we will see a replacement into the game. As in for the designated hitter Grant Mastrovic, who started today's game, is Andrew Mercier. Andrew Mercier not in to start the game.
26, Andrew Mercier.
So we'll get to see Mercier take his swings here against Boone, and he's got a big shot to bring in at least a run here. If not, try to get a few more in if he can find a ball in the gap. 2 outs, though. Boone just an out away from working through a clean inning. Pitch. Inside. Called a strike. Mercier thought it was way too in. But the count moves to 0-1. Jackfish fans agreeing with Mercier. He thought it was inside. So Boone here. Working ahead in the count. Checks on his runners. Doesn't focus too much. 0-1 delivery to Mercier. Swung on and missed on a breaking ball in the dirt. It's 0-2. So now Mercier, who came into the game as a replacement here. This is his first at-bat of the game. He's a pinch hitter. And a big 0-2 pitch coming here for Owen Boone against Andrew Mercier. Taking his time on the mound. Making sure him and Mike Ambrose behind the dish are on the same page. Ambrose moves to set up slightly outside. 0-2. Delivery to the plate. This one hit on the ground. It'll get through up the middle. A base hit's going to score a run. Andrew Mercier on an 0-2 pitch that caught too much of the zone. Will have a base hit up the middle, and the Jackfish have put another run on the board here. It's now a 7-6 lead for the Majors and a one-run deficit for the Jackfish.
Number 1, Wilson Soriano.
And not only does that extend the inning here for the Jackfish, but it also brings up Soriano. And Soriano has been a thorn in the side here of the Majors all series long. So the check. And Boone will get ready to face off against Soriano. Pitch inside. And it's 1-0 now. Soriano, we mentioned how important he's been for this Jackfish team. He's 2 for 2 tonight. He's also got a walk, scored a run, and is batting .625 during the postseason. So he's been nothing but on base for this Jackfish team. 1-0 delivery. This one hit on the ground, but will go foul. Past Steve Froese at third base. The count will even itself up at 1-1. Boone and the Majors trying to get out of this inning with the lead where it is at 7-6. The Jackfish, of course, trying to fight back into this game. They've battled now to bring it within 1. And they have the tying run just 180 feet away at second base. Boone ready. Pitch to the plate here. Fouled straight back to the screen. So we'll go to 1-2. And a big 1-2 pitch will come here for Owen Boone. It was a two-strike hit, for Andrew Mercier, which gave them the run to bring him back within 1. Some stretching and throwing down in the Majors bullpen, although it doesn't look like anything too serious at this point. And it will be a big 1-2 pitch here for Owen Boone. Facing off against Soriano. Leg kick, delivery here. That one's through, and it gets through to the backstop. Both runners will advance. That one just skipped on right past Mike Ambrose, right through his leg. And now there is life here for this Jackfish crowd.
Check it out, y'all. How low can you go? Can you go down low? All the way to the floor? How low can you go? Can you bring it to the top? Like you never stop? Can you bring it to the top? One hop.
So Boone will now have to face Soriano on a 2-2 pitch with not one but 2 runners in scoring position. Here is the 2-2 delivery. Boone kicks, deals. That one's a base hit into left field. 1 run's going to come to score. They're going to wave home Mercier. They're going to hold them at 3 now. But Soriano has tied the ball game at 7 apiece with an RBI single, his 3rd hit of the day. And that will bring out Brent Wales, the pitching coach for the London Majors, to come and chat with Owen Boone, who has now allowed 2 runs to score in this inning and tie the ball game at 7 apiece. So the meeting on the mound complete.
Your right fielder,
and it looks like Boone will be left in to try and get through at least Brendan Dadson. A couple of arms warming up down in the London Majors bullpen. And it's going to be a big at-bat here for Dadson to face off against Owen Boone. Soriano's on first. Mercier at second. Soriano's off. Throw will be held by Ambrose. A stolen base for Soriano. You knew he was going to run with runners on the corners. And with that pitch missing, it's 1-0. 7 apiece here. Dadson has a pair of runners in scoring position. The go-ahead run now stands at third. Boone ready. Checks and comes to the plate here. That one inside, called a strike. From 1-0 goes to 1-1. The Majors looking to at least get through this inning, still tied. Owen Boone's going to have to try and get through Dadson. Here's his 1-1 delivery. That one there for a strike as well. Good fastball. And the second strike of the at-bat. And now it's a 1-2 count here for Owen Boone. Looks like the Majors have John Fitzsimmons warming in the bullpen. 1-2 pitch just inside on Dadson. Not a bad location, but the count will move to 2-2. Appears, yes, it looks like Fitzsimmons down in the Majors bullpen getting warm. Owen Boone still trying to get through the inning. It's 2-2. Jackfish fans cheering them on. Here is the delivery. Pitch, off-speed, hit on the ground. It's a base hit. 1 run to score. They're going to wave home Soriano. He'll come in, throw late, and the Jackfish have a lead on a 2 RBI single from Brendan Dadson. It is 9-7. So Owen Boone, possibly left in a hair too long here, has allowed this lead to escape him. 4 runs here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. He checks on, and then, yes, Roop Chanderdat will come out. And that will be the end of the day for Owen Boone. He started fantastic for the Majors. 3 scoreless innings out of the pen. And then ran into some trouble here with the Jackfish in the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll take a quick break. We'll head to the bullpen. It looks like John Fitzsimmons will come in for the Majors when we come back.
Are you looking for that perfect birthday gift this summer? Then make sure you visit the London Majors team store located under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. The Major store has lots of different items including t-shirts, game-used jerseys, hoodies, and Collins Major socks, compliments of Collins clothiers. The Major store also has multiple different styles of London Majors official New Era caps. So make sure you visit us under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com.
Well, Majors fans, we welcome you back here. It's the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Majors have made a move to the bullpen here. It looks like John Fitzsimmons will come into the game here for the Majors, the trusty late relief closer. Will come into the game, although the Majors' lead has disappeared. They now trail 9-7 here after the Jackfish have pushed 4 runs across in the bottom half of this 6th inning and have taken themselves into a 9-7 lead.
198760. Last 4 digits 8760. For a beer kit.
So the London Majors infield there, chatting amongst themselves here.
Last 4 digits 87.
It was a number of hits for the Jackfish. They didn't necessarily walk their way on base. They used strong hitting, base hits. They now have 10 in the ball game on 9 runs. As the Majors, who once led this ball game 7-5, now trail by a score of 9-7. So it'll be John Fitzsimmons into the game. And Mattingly Romanen will get to bat here for the Jackfish. Dadson, after the base hit, advanced on the throw to the plate. He stands at second. Still 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So you got to imagine Fitzsimmons is going to be asked to pitch a number of innings here. First pitch swung on and missed from Romanen. It's 0-1. Fitzsimmons pitched on Friday night as well as Sunday afternoon. His 0-1 delivery to the plate is inside and it hits him. So Romanin is going to be hit by the second pitch out of the bullpen from Fitzsimmons. And it will put runners on first and second with 2 outs here. And that'll bring up Bryce O'Farrell with a pair of runners on. Still 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and an inning that has been a long and extended one here for the Jackfish at bat. And now O'Farrell's got a chance to extend the inning and try to bring in a run if he can. Pitch from Fitzsimmons. That one's fouled back over top of the screen and out of play. It will go to 0-1. Well, the Jackfish now looking to hold on to this lead if they can. And move on to the second round of the playoffs. The Majors looking to try and keep their season alive. Pitch. This one hit. A flare into right field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Into score. 1 run. They're going to hold the runner at third. Dadson scores. Romanin's at third, and it's going to be a base hit for O'Farrell. A blooper over the first baseman's head. And the Jackfish tack on another one to lead this game 10-7. So another big inning here for the Jackfish. 5 runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And they're going to try and add on a few more before that's up. Vaughn Bryant will come to the plate here, and Bryant had a 3-run shot against Fitzsimmons in game number 3 at Labatt Park. They'll look to try and at least bring in a run with a base hit. Fitzsimmons looks to try and shut him down. That pitch a strike. Just on the edge of the plate there. It's 0-1. Talked off the top of the broadcast. Vaughn Bryant has 3 home runs this season, 2 in the postseason, 1 in the regular season, all of those coming against the London Majors. 0-1. This one gets through right past Ambrose into score here. Another run as that one hopped about 5 feet in front of Ambrose. And the Jackfish will add another run here. 6 across here in the inning. So a big inning here for Welland. 6 runs across. It's now 11-7. The Majors trail by 4 runs. A 1-1 pitch from Fitzsimmons just off the plate. So it moves to 2-1 now. It's been a long inning. And Boato on the mound for the Jackfish will likely have to take a few more warm-up pitches to get ready. That one's inside, way inside to Bryant. 3-1. The Jackfish faithful cheering on their team here. A 3-1 count on Vaughn Bryant. John Fitzsimmons. This one hit, fouled off out of play. So it goes to 3-2. And a big 3-2 pitch coming here for John Fitzsimmons, who has had a rough go to start. 3-2 delivery. This one hit on the ground. Yasuda at second. Takes it on a high. He bobbles it at 2. Throw to 1. Not in time on the recovery. And it's going to be an error to extend the inning here for the Majors.
Center fielder number 2, DeAndre Asbury Heath.
So DeAndre Asbury Heath to the plate now for Welland. After Vaughn Bryant has scored on what will likely be ruled an error on Yuki Yasuda. It's going to be ruled an error for sure. This long inning continues here. 6 runs across for the Jackfish, and they're still going. It's Asbury Heath to the plate now. On first is Vaughn Bryant. O'Farrell, he's off. Swing and a miss. Throw from Ambrose. It's in the dirt. Tag from Yasuda is going to miss. And he will advance to second on that pitch. The count moving to 0-1, but Ambrose had a strong throw down to 2. It was in the dirt. Von Bryant stopped about 5-6 feet shy of second base in order to try and get into a rundown to allow Farrell to score from third. But with the ball in the dirt and Yasuda unable to make the pick, he went into second base instead, and it will just go down as a stolen base there. The count at 0-1. Runners at second and third now for Asbury Heath. So the 0-1 pitch. Fitzsimmons to the plate there. That one's going to miss. Count evens up at 1-1. The Jackfish doing a majority of this with 2 outs. 1-1 delivery. Bottom of the 6th inning. Pitch. Swing and a miss there. A big cut from Asbury Heath. And it goes to 1-2. As Fitzsimmons will look to try and work out of this disastrous bottom of the 6th inning for the Majors. Comes set and ready on the 1-2. Ambrose moving to set up. Comes 1-2 delivery. That one right there, but just a hair low. And from 1-2 it goes to 2-2. Action in the London bullpen continues, as it looks like Brennan Valentine is getting loose, as well as possibly Braden Farrington. 2-2 delivery. Fitzsimmons to the plate. This one fouled back into the screen. Nothing going on in the Welland Jackfish bullpen. You got to imagine Boato's going to come back out to try and get through another inning or two for this team, who now has an 11-7 lead. Pitch. Fitzsimmons inside. Asbury Heath is backed off the plate slightly. It's 3-2. And now Fitzsimmons in danger of walking. Asbury Heath to load the bases. On deck is Grant Okawa, who hit one hard to left field his last time up. A check on the runners quickly for Fitzsimmons before he comes to the plate here. This one's hit on the ground. Ortega's going to have to come in quickly. Strong throw across is in time to get Asbury Heath. And the Majors will get out of the inning, but not before the Welland Jackfish strike for 6 runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And they take themselves an 11-7 lead into the 7th inning. We'll take the break. We'll come back. 7th inning here from Welland Stadium.
Are you looking for that perfect birthday gift this summer? Then make sure you visit the London Majors team store located under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. The Major store has lots of different items including t-shirts, game-used jerseys, hoodies, and Collins Majors socks, compliments of Collins clothiers. The Major store also has multiple different styles of London Majors official New Era caps. So make sure you visit us under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com.
Well, welcome back, Majors fans, as we move along now to the top half of the 7th inning. It'll be Ismael Pena to lead things off here for the Majors. That one's across for a strike. It's 0-1. The Majors having to try to climb out of this one now, trailing 11-7 after a 6-run inning for the Welland Jackfish in the bottom of 6. Things even at 1-1 now. Pitch fouled off by Pena. So it moves to 1-2. Boato on the mound is looking to try and have his team a quick inning if he can, after the Majors were stuck out on the field for an extended period of time during that 6-run inning. Cleveland Brownlee's on deck here for the Majors. 1-2 delivery. That one just off the plate there. Pena takes it, and it goes to 2-2. The Jackfish crowd has been a loud one tonight as they try to cheer on their team. Here's a 2-2 delivery. That one just off the plate again for Pena, who takes it and moves it to a full count. Trying to find a way on base any way he can. The Jackfish put all their runs together, majority of them at least, with 2 outs in the inning. Pena swings and misses. It's a punch out for Boato, and there's the first out here at the top of the 7th inning. That'll bring up Cleveland Brownlee to the plate.
Designated hitter.
After the strikeout to start things off here to Ismael Pena, the lefty, it's now going to be the big right-handed bat of Cleveland Brownlee. Brownlee laid down a sacrifice bunt earlier on, which is something we don't normally see, but everyone getting involved on the small ball and the teamwork here. Of course, now for Brownlee, he's going to have to try to find a way to start a little bit of a rally with 1 out in the inning. First pitch is going to miss inside and a little bit low for Boato. It's 1-0. Ready to go. Boato deliveries to Brownlee, and it's going to miss as well. 2 balls and no strikes. The Brownlee has not really got a whole lot of good pitches to hit tonight. Generally been getting balls outside the zone. That one will miss as well. 3 balls, no strikes, and Boato seems like he doesn't want to throw at Brownlee. He hadn't been missing. And it's 3 balls and no strikes. On the London Majors designated hitter. Pitch to the plate. That one's there for a strike. So he finally throws one across here. 3-1 now to Brownlee, who you can kind of tell in his demeanor at the plate there wants to swing the bat. Hasn't really gotten a chance to other than that 3-0 pitch. 3-1 delivery. Brownlee hits one right back up the middle for a base hit. He'll be on with an out in the inning. Major's got some work to do, but there's a start at least with 1 out here. A Cleveland Brownlee single up the middle.
First baseman Josh Williams.
And that'll bring up Josh Williams, who today in the ball game already has a double which scored a pair of runs. You can add that on to the home run he had Sunday night. 1 for 3 today. He's hitting .333 in the postseason. Brownlee takes his lead at first, albeit a small one. Boato's ready. Comes 2. Williams takes that one. It's 1-0. Moving closer to 10:15 here on this Tuesday night in Game 5 of the first round of the IBL playoffs. There is a swing and a miss from Josh Williams on a big loopy off-speed pitch from Chris Boato. It's 1-1 now. There's a righty and a lefty warming up in the bullpen now for Welland. Pitch from Boato. Williams crushes that one to right. It's going to drop in front of the right fielder for a base hit. Brownlee will go into 2, and he'll be in there. So it's back-to-back hits here for Brownlee and Williams to put runners at first and second now. And now Mike Ambrose will come to the plate.
Mike Ambrose.
So Mike Ambrose will come to the plate. He's the catcher in the game for the Majors, catcher all playoffs long. Has a hit today, 1 for 2, also a walk. And the Jackfish not really out of things yet. They lead just by 4 runs. They already had a 5-0 lead in this game that they've blown. And now some good hitters here for the Majors that could easily bring it closer here. Big swing and a miss there from Ambrose. He tried to make it a 11-10 game with one swing. It's 0-1. Ambrose, of course, a smart hitter. Take a step out there and get ready to go here on 0-1. Brownlee stands at second. Williams is on first base, and Ambrose is the batter facing off against Boato. That pitch up high. It will even things up at 1-1. On deck for the Majors, Carlos Arteaga. Here's a 1-1 delivery. Pitch. That one taken by Ambrose. 2-1. Looking like it dropped just a little bit in. Majors trying to get some runs back here. Here's the 2-1 delivery from Boato to the plate. Swing and a miss. A big cut from Ambrose. And the thing that Ambrose did there, he looked and checked at catcher Romanin. See if the bat hit him, but it did not. 2-2 now. Boato trying to get the second out of the inning here. Here's the 2-2 count. Now Ambrose will call time at the plate. Making sure that he's ready to go. And making sure he has a good grip on the bat as well. 1 out, 2-2 count here. Pair of runners on. Williams at first, Brownlee at second. Boato, delivery to the plate here. Ambrose hits that one. Right field. Flaring towards the line. Long run. And it will be bobbled in foul territory. Dadson made the long run all the way over from right field, and then as soon as he got towards the Majors bullpen area, he bobbled it in his glove.
Check those tickets again. 5,
and the count will stay at 2-2.
0-0-4. 556-004. Please report to the Lions Club.
A reminder that if the
concourse
Majors
level
can come back in this
Thank
game
you.
and win, Game 6 will go tomorrow night in London. 7:35 first pitch. And of course, if necessary as well, Game 7 back here Thursday night in Welland, 7:30 first pitch. Two-two delivery. Boato to Ambrose. That pitch just missing low. And from 2-2 it goes to 3-2. Very close there on a 2-2 pitch. But Boato is going to have to come again here. Ready to go. 3-2 pitch. Checks on the runners. Comes to the plate here. Swing and a miss. Blows it right past Ambrose. And there is the strikeout for the second out of the inning. So Carlos Arteaga will come to the plate now. The shortstop today will try to extend the inning.
Carlos Arteaga.
Brownlee and Williams had back-to-back hits, and they stand on first and second. Williams at first, Brownlee at second. And now Arteaga will have to face off against Boato. Pitch to the plate here, that one missing. It goes to 1-0. Here in an 11-7 lead for the Welland Jackfish. Pitch to the plate here. Other way for Arteaga on the ground, first base. O'Farrell picks it up, steps on one himself, and that will do things here in the top half of the 7th inning. Arteaga grounds out, and the Majors unable to get anything here. The Jackfish will come to the bats. It's stretch time here in Game 5. Jackfish lead 11-7.
Jackfish
Welcome
for
back,
updates
ladies and
information.
gentlemen, as we move along now
Games
to the
and
bottom half
matchups.
of the 7th inning. Stretch complete here at Welland Stadium, and the fans looking to cheer on their Jackfish as they try to get a few more runs across here. Looks like Fitzsimmons is back out for another inning for the Majors.
For Welland, second baseman number 3, Grant Akawa.
Grant Okawa will lead things off here for Welland in a game which they lead 11-7 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Fitzsimmons pitch to the plate here. That one swung on and missed. 0-1 here to start the at-bat to Okawa. So Fitzsimmons ready to go here. Still some lingering around in the Majors bullpen as well as the Jackfish bullpen. We saw action last inning from both of them. 1-1 now. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Pitch. That one right there for a strike. And from 1-1, we go to ahead in the count for Fitzsimmons. 1 ball, 2 strike. Okawa is the man trying to lead off this inning for the Jackfish, as now time called. The Jackfish scored 4 runs in the bottom half of the first inning. They added on another in the bottom half of 2, and through 2 complete innings, they led by a score of 5-0. The Majors would battle their way back in the top half of the third, scoring 3 runs. They added on 4 runs. They added on another 3 runs in the top half of the 5th, taking a 7-5 lead. And then the Jackfish, we just saw in the bottom half of the 6th inning, put 6 runs across. They lead this one 11-7. So it looks like Fitzsimmons and Ambrose all settled out there down on the field. Here is the 1-2 pitch to the plate there, just off. And it goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes now, even in the count. The look as Fitzsimmons comes set on the mound, working from the stretch, of course. 2-2, that one just inside. So he's just missing the corners here as it moves to 3-2. The look on the 3-2 pitch, Ambrose with a setup. Fitzsimmons deals. This one hit in the air, center field. Trailing on it a bit, but in center field is Miller going to be making the grab. Shaded towards the right side, and that is the first out here at the bottom of the 7th inning on that flyout from Grant Okawa.
Third baseman number 4, Nolan Pettipiece.
So Nolan Pettipiece will come to the plate here. And Pettipiece is looking to try and start things with an out already here in the inning. So far in the ballgame for Pettipiece, 1 hit, 1 run in 3 at-bats. Swings through that one. It's 0-1. The game that has moved along slightly. The other game in the Intercounty Baseball League, despite starting about half an hour later, has moved along further as that one swung on, fouled off, 0-2. It is the bottom of the 9th inning in Brantford. The Red Sox just half an inning away from being eliminated from the Intercounty Baseball League playoffs. Barry Baycats lead by a score of 6-0. Here's the 0-2. Pitch, that one will miss on 0-2. So it's a ball and 2 strikes. Fitzsimmons continues to work here in the ball game for the Majors. That one to the plate, hit on the ground. Froese diving, Ortega, strong throw across on a hop. And it's going to be bobbled at first, although I don't know if it was going to be in time either way. And Pettipiece will reach base here. I think it will likely be scored a base hit.
Number 26, Andrew Mercier.
And that'll bring up Andrew Mercier to the plate. Mercier came into the game late. Did not start as the designated hitter. but came in place of Nate Mastrovic, who was the starting DH, and will now look to try and get on base, get a base hit. Pettipies is on at first. The Jackfish leading by 4 runs here, 11-7. In the late going of this ball game, that one's fouled off. It's the bottom of the 7th inning with an out. And we do continue to see some throwing in the Majors bullpen. Possibly Braden Farrington getting warm to come on and pitch a few innings in this game. 0-1 deliveries up high on Mercier. It goes to 1-1. Warming up in the Jackfish bullpen. Looks like we have a lefty as well. Pitch to the plate here. Swung on and missed from Mercier. He falls behind in the count 1-2. And now a big 1-2 pitch coming here for Fitzsimmons, who will look to try and get an out here. Now Mercier in the air, right field. Couple steps in for Ismail Pena, who will make the grab out there in mid to shallow right field. There's another out for the Majors. And the second out here at the bottom of the 7th inning. Pettipies will have to hold up at 1 on the fly out.
Shortstop number 1, Wilson Soriano.
So Wilson Soriano will come to the plate. It looks to be Rich Corrente down in the bullpen warming up for the Jackfish. We'll see if he comes into the ball game. Here's the pitch. Runners off. Ambrose, strong throw. Just offline. Tag from Yasuda is going to miss as it was on the left side of the bag there. The count's 0-1, but it's going to be a stolen base there for Pettipies. And now Soriano will have a runner in scoring position. We know how good Soriano has been for the Jackfish in this series, let alone tonight, where he has 3 hits already. 3 for 3, add a walk onto that, scores 2 runs, has an RBI. Very well, MVP of this series so far. The Jackfish, the 0-1 delivery now. Up the middle, on the ground to shortstop. Ortega takes a couple steps. Soriano not running, and it's going to be a throw out there, 6-3, and that will end the bottom half of the 7th inning. So we played 7 complete here on this Tuesday night, Game 5 in Welland. The Jackfish holding on to an 11-7 lead. We'll take the break and come back with the Majors on the bats on the top of the 8th.
Chances are, if you've been out to a London Majors game this season, then you've noticed all the advertisements around the field. If you're wondering how you can get your business involved, then reach out to us and we can put you in touch with Angela at angela@londonmajors.com. We can help you find innovative ways to help your business grow with the London Majors.
Well, welcome back to the top half of the 8th inning as we move along later into this ball game here. It's Game 5 of the first round of the Intercounty Baseball League playoffs. And the London Majors fighting to try and stay alive here and try to see another day. It'll be Robert Doyle to lead things off in the top half of the 8th inning. Doyle in left field today for the Majors. Batting from that left side. He's been on base already tonight.
Left fielder Robert Doyle.
And he'll look to try and get on. It's Rich Corrente into the game here for Welland. So Welland digging into their bullpen here and bringing out Rich Corrente to try and get them through, I would imagine, the final 2 innings. Doyle's first pitch there. It's 0-1. So Corrente gets ahead 0-1 here on Doyle. Corrente already pitched so far this postseason as Doyle swings through that one. And it's quickly 0-2 here on the London Majors left fielder. Corrente, ready from the mound there, kind of works off to the third base side. The big man, that one swung on, fouled into the glove, and it's a strikeout there. Robert Doyle will head back to the dugout after striking out on 3 pitches. And that will be the first out here as Steve Froese will now get set and ready to swing here for the Majors.
Third baseman Steve Froese.
Froese, the third baseman for the Majors today. He comes into this at-bat, still looking for his first hit. He's reached, but he's yet to get a hit so far. That one there for a strike. It's 0-1 here on the London Major third baseman. Corrente throwing lots of strikes here early on, as you can tell. 4 straight to start his appearance. That one just off the plate, not missing by a whole lot. And it's 1-1. Myles Miller's on deck for the Majors, so that means the top of the order. 1-1 delivery. Swung on and missed. Great job there by Corrente. He's ahead 1-2 now. Looking for the second out here at the top of the 8th inning. Corrente, 1-2 delivery to the plate. Froese, center field. Into center field. Asbury Heath will make the grab. It hung up in the air a little bit longer than I thought it was, and there will be the second out off the bat of Steve Froese. So now Myles Miller will come up to the plate here, although he's going to bat with 2 outs in the inning. Myles Miller, who bats at the top of the order, much like Wilson Soriano for the Jackfish, has been fantastic this postseason. Soriano for the Jackfish is 3 for 4 tonight. Miller, 2 for 4. He's batting over 500, scored 2 runs in the ballgame. Miller hits that one. It'll drop down for a base hit, his 3rd of the night. And he continues to be the hottest hitter on this Majors team and will find himself on with a base hit off Rich Corrente.
Second baseman Yuki Yasuda.
So now Yuki Yasuda will come to the plate. And Yasuda will try to extend the inning. Pena's on deck. And right behind him, Cleveland Brownlee. So if the Majors can get a couple guys in a row on base here, they have a chance at scoring a few runs. Yasuda squares around but pulls back on a ball that's outside. And it's 1-0 here in the 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. Corrente, who will check on Miller quickly and get ready to come to the plate. He does. That one's outside to Yasuda. And from 1-0 it goes to 2-0. Here on the Major second baseman. Two-0. This one just missing to Yasuda as well. And it's 3-0. Corrente's missed with 3 straight pitches to Yuki Yasuda. Pena stands on deck, and Pena today has also had a pretty good day for the Majors. He has a hit, 2 RBIs. That one's outside. Yasuda will walk, and now Ismael Pena will get a chance to swing the bat here.
Right fielder Ismael Pena.
So here is Izzy Pena to the plate. A quick mound visit from Mattingly Romanin out to talk to the man on the mound. As Pena will now get a chance to try and bring in a run as a runner moves into scoring position. Rich Corrente on the mound for the Jackfish in his first inning of work tonight. Pitch. Pena takes that one for a strike on the inner edge. 0-1. A great job by Pena so far tonight, and we'll have to try to continue that here if the Majors want a shot at coming back in this ball game. That one just off the plate on 0-1. It goes to 1-1. The Majors, of course, being in the top of the 8th inning, down to their final 4 outs in the ball game, down 4 runs. Facing off against Rich Corrente here. The 1-1 delivery to the plate, inside. 2-1 here on the Majors right fielder today. And a big power lefty bat. The Jackfish fans getting rowdy down there, close to field level, as their team continues to lead. 2-1 delivery. Pena hits that one on the ground, up the middle. Soriano, nice play at short, over to 1, in time to get Ismael Pena. A fantastic play at shortstop for Wilson Soriano, who has been the best player on this Jackfish team all series long, has ended the top half of the 8th inning. We go to the bottom half of the 8th with the Jackfish holding on to an 11-7 lead and looking to add on some insurance runs before they try to close things out. Well, Majors fans, welcome back here as we move along now to the bottom half of the 8th inning. The Jackfish holding on to an 11-7 lead here as they look to add on some insurance runs before they go back out for the top of the 9th inning to try to shut down the London Majors. It looks like, at least for now, that the Barry Bay Cats have swept away the Brantford Red Sox. A 6-0 score in the bottom of the 9th inning, and it looks like that one is just about to become final. So we'll bring you that one as soon as we can. Brendan Datson will lead things off here for the Jackfish. John Fitzsimmons back out on the mound for London. That one's fouled off. It'll get out of play. Down into the trees, 0-1. For the Jackfish, they need to try and add some insurance runs here, if they can. They have a 4-run lead. But we've seen both these teams in this game alone put up 4 runs in an inning. That one outside, it's 1-1. The look from Fitzsimmons as he comes ready to the plate here. That one is going to be foul now. 1 ball and 2 strike now on the right fielder for the Jackfish. So Datson continues to await his 1-2 pitch. A little bit of an extended time after that foul ball. Fitzsimmons ready on the mound. And Ambrose moves to set up. Slightly inside. Pitch from Fitzsimmons is out. And it's 2-2 now. In the ball game so far for Brendan Dadson. He has been hitting in that 2-hole. He's got 2 hits tonight, 3 RBIs. Hits this one on the ground. Yasuda's going to have to come in and charge it. Nice play over to 1 in time. And it was a bang play at 1 there, but Yasuda makes the play in time to get the first out there. Dadson is retired, and that will bring up Mattingly Roman into the plate.
Catcher number 8, Mattingly Romanen.
Romanen is 1 for 3 today. He's scored 2 runs, however. Struck out once as well. The catcher for the Jackfish. Fitzsimmons ready on the mound. His delivery to the plate there. Just a hair inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Bullpen's quiet for both teams, so you got to imagine Corrente's going back out for the Jackfish in the top half of the 9th. And Fitzsimmons likely to try and finish off this game for the Majors, as that one's swung on and missed. 1-1 now. When the Majors come back out in the top of the 9th, they'll be down to their final 3 outs here to try and save their season. They scored 4 runs in the top half of the 3rd inning, so not impossible. That one called a strike there on 1-1. It's 1-2. Fitzsimmons ready here. He's up in the count here. Oh, look. Ambrose sets up. 1-2. Swung on and missed. A strikeout there for John Fitzsimmons as he puts down Mattingly Romanen, his 2nd strikeout of the night. And there's 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 8th inning.
First baseman number 23, Bryce O'Farrell.
So Bryce O'Farrell will come now to the plate. And O'Farrell looking to try and have himself a pretty good day. He's 1 for 4, but could try to make that 2 for 5 today. 2 outs in the inning. Fitzsimmons comes inside, and that one hits him. And that one will be a hit by pitch for O'Farrell. Fitzsimmons asks for a new ball there as the Jackfish will have a base runner here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. I believe that's the 2nd batter Fitzsimmons hit. And that'll bring up Vaughn Bryant. And Vaughn Bryant, who 12 hits in the Welland Jackfish lineup tonight, and just him and Grant Okawa, the only 2 that don't have a hit today. Okawa 0 for 4, so is Vaughn Bryant's walked a pair of times, however, so a little bit more productive. Down 0-1, however. Asbury Heath on deck, but there's 2 outs here in the inning. O'Farrell's on first. 0-1 delivery. This one fouled into the glove. So it goes to 0-2 here. Way up in the count is Fitzsimmons, as he looks to try and get through the bottom of the 8th inning and get the Majors back on the bats to try and get back into this ball game. Pitch to the plate, just off the plate there. Goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Miguel Burgos started the game for the Majors. 2 complete innings for him. 5 hits, 5 runs, all 5 earned on a walk. Owen Boone came into the game. He pitched 3 2/3 innings. Same thing. That one swung on and missed, so a strikeout there ends it for Fitzsimmons here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Jackfish lead by a score of 11-7, and they'll look to try and finish things off here as we go to the 9th inning when we come back.
Are you looking for that perfect birthday gift this summer? Then make sure you visit the London Majors team store located under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. The Major store has lots of different items including t-shirts, game-used jerseys, hoodies, and Collins Majors socks, compliments of Collins clothiers. the Majors store also has multiple different styles of London Majors official New Era caps. So make sure you visit us under the grandstand at home games or online at londonmajors.com. Chances are, if you've been out to a London Majors game this season, then you've noticed all the advertisements around the field. If you're wondering how you can get your business involved, then reach out to us and we can put you in touch with Angela at londonmajors.com. We can help you find innovative ways to help your business grow with the London Majors.
Well, welcome back as we move along now to the top half of the ninth inning. The Majors down to their final 3 outs of their season. If they can't get 4 runs here, they trail by a score of 11-7 here as we move along to the top of the ninth inning. Leading things off for the Majors, it will be Cleveland Brownlee, followed by Josh Williams and Mike Ambrose, barring any changes in the order. So 3 big bats, but the Majors down 4 big runs coming into the ninth inning. Rich Corrente back out for the Welland Jackfish in the top of the ninth inning. He'll look to try and close things off here and try to get the Jackfish to the second round of the playoffs. We do now officially have the final score from Brantford, the Barrie Baycats winning 6-0. They are the second team to move on to the second round of the IBL playoffs, and they will likely await the winner of this series. The Jackfish will look to try and do that here. They need 3 outs. Kitchener and Toronto still only about halfway through that series, so could be some time before they're finished. Pitch from Corrente, fouled off by Brownlee, right over top, and it's 0-1. And of course, Brownlee long into his Majors career. Some got to wonder if this might be one of his last seasons, or at least last full-time season with the Majors. Brownlee crushes one. Left field on a line. Bryant track wall makes the grab. So he gave it a ride, but it's going to be a fly out there for Cleveland Brownlee, and that's the first out here of the top of the ninth inning. And now Josh Williams will come to the plate. Williams is the first baseman today for the Majors, and he has a double already in the ballgame, which scored a pair of runs. He's got another hit as well, 2 for 4. First pitch from Corrente to Williams. He swings. It's a strike. Called anyways, 0-1. 2 outs remaining here for the Jackfish to move on. First time in history of the franchise. 0-1. Delivery. Williams hits that one hard on a line. Right field. Dadson makes the grab. And there's 2 gone here in the top of the ninth inning now for the Jackfish. 1 out away from finishing off the Major season here. And it will be Mike Ambrose to try and get the Majors 2-out rally started. They need 4 runs. And things are looking bleak here for the Majors in the top half of the ninth inning. Corrente on the mound here facing off against Mike Ambrose. His first pitch to the plate is off as it's outside. It's 1-0. Jackfish bullpen awaiting, storming the field as the bench is. They're an out away from moving on. That pitch outside to Ambrose, 1-0. The fans clapping along here as well, getting into the ball game. The look and delivery here from Corrente. Ambrose takes that one for a strike, 2-1. Corrente coming into the ball game today in place of Boato. Looking to try and finish off the Majors here. Pitch. Ambrose in the air. Foul territory. Long run for O'Farrell, but it is going to get out of play onto the grass berm. And the count will move to 2-2. And the Majors down to their final strike. Klinger-Smith started the game. He went 5 innings for the Jackfish. He gave way to the bullpen for Boato, who pitched 2 innings. Boato didn't give up an earned run. Corrente's now pitching in 2/3. He's looking to try and get the final out of the ball game. Has given up an earned run as well. Now Ambrose will call time to try and quiet down the fans here. They promptly boo him here as they were getting all hyped up for the 2-2 pitch. Ortega on deck here, but it's a 2-2 pitch. Corrente to Ambrose, that one off the plate, and it goes to 3-2 now. So Corrente's going to have to come right at Ambrose here, or walk him to face off against Carlos Ortega. Fans clapping along. 3-2 delivery. Corrente to the plate. Ambrose hits that one. Soriano, nice grab at short. And the Welland Jackfish will knock off the Nunlin Majors here in the first round of the IBL playoffs. Final score of this one, 11-7.
Fans for the first time.
They celebrate for the first time in their history, moving on to the second round.
Are moving on to the IBL
11-7, the final score here for the Welland Jackfish. They score 11 runs, 12 hits, 4 errors. The Majors, 7 runs on 11 hits and 3 errors. That will be the final game of the season for the London Majors in what has been a fun ride all season long. But it has come to an end for this group of London Majors. The 2019 team will shake up here as we watch the handshakes of what has been a fantastic 2019 season. We thank you all for watching, and we thank you all for tuning in with us all season long. It has been a pleasure to bring you these games on Facebook Live this 2019 season. It was a thing that Doc Palmer had started last year, Facebook Live streaming these games. The Majors wanted to bring it back. They wanted to bring the games to the fans at home and on the road. And together, myself, Matt Hiscox, Dylan Baker, of course ownership, Rube Chanderdat, Scott Dart, and everyone involved along the way to help us make this possible. It has been a fun ride, and we can certainly say that this will not be the end. We will be back next year, of course, to bring you more Majors baseball, and hopefully we can end on a winning note. The Welland Jackfish come out on top of this one, 11-7. They're moving on to the second round of the playoffs. They will likely face off against the Barrie Bay Cats, who won and swept the Brantford Red Sox tonight. We await the winner of the Kitchener-Toronto series. That game will be finished up hopefully sometime this week. But the London Majors 2019 season has come to an end here. The Jackfish are moving on. We thank you for tuning in all season long, whether you've been watching at home, watching on the road, watching on your phone, on your TV, wherever you've been watching here on Facebook Live. We thank you for tuning in all season long. We wish you the best of luck. Have a safe and happy off season, and we will see you come May for more London Majors baseball here on Majors TV.